rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fams on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's number one Chief Rock and Knicks Universal, main man, Uncle Freezy in the place to be. What's good? Welcome to the premiere Knicks in the Nighttime Show, the Knicks at Night podcast. What's good, everybody? If this is your first time here, checking us out, rocking the spot, rocking with the crowd, these hardcore Knicks fans, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button on your way in. Consider becoming a member. You can do so by clicking on the Join tab on the Blawrence Tears YouTube page. Bam. All right, let's do some shout-outs real quick before we get into the topics tonight. What's good? Corey Lee in the place to be. What's good? Anthony D in the place to be. What's good? Daniel Berry, Sports Highlights in the place to be. What's good? King Ember, what's happening? Andios was good. Man, I see y'all. Man, look at all these wrenches in here. What's good, everybody? What's good? What's good? What's good? Yeah, man. What's good? King Ribby is in the building. Salute. Salute, salute. What's good? Yeah, man. What's good, everybody? Man, it's been a crazy few days, man. Been super duper busy. Hold on for a second. Hold on. All right. I see we have somebody backstage. So we have a superstar backstage, everybody. Oh boy, it's gonna be one of those nights, man. The conversation is gonna be crazy. Luke Skywalker Visions in the building. Salute. Okay. Yo, Hall is in the building. Salute. I see you. Hold on for just a second. Let me do something. Okay. There we go. All right. There we go. There we are. Fritz Alcindor in the building. Salute.
Hey, what's up? What's going on, Unc?
Hey, now, man, I'm chilling, boss. I'm chilling. Man, grinding, bro. Man, I think how many hours we got put in this week so far, man? Like 49? Bro, it's been a weird week, man. Cardiac Knicks is in the building. Salute. Yeah, man. Hey, man. So you interested in some of these training camp battles that's coming up in September?
Yeah. Center is a toss-up, you know.
Center's a toss-up. Center is a toss-up.
Shooting guard is, I think, is kind of up.
You think Mikal Bridges is coming off the bench? Is that what I'm hearing from you?
don't know. You can't replicate Dante though. That's what he brings is you got to have somebody who's quick on the trigger. I don't know.
Okay.
There's no one quite like Dante on the squad.
When I'm okay, so all right. Fritz Alcindor got it started already. Mikal Bridges off the bench. What?
Or I don't know. Maybe it could be a situation where it doesn't really matter. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe.
Or is it OG Anunoby off the bench to keep him healthy? Is that what you're saying? Mikal Bridges is the more healthy of the player. Would you pay a guy $40 million to come off the bench, Fritz Alcindor? No. And salute to the NBA Economy Show. Make sure you check it out on YouTube. Go over there and grab a Red Bull. Go over there. I'm just joking. I'm joking. I was going to say grab a Red Bull, a case of Red Bull. Go over there, watch all the videos, hit all the like buttons, subscribe to the channel, and comment on all the videos.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I think they're going to be creative. I think maybe they come in with Robinson for a few minutes and then they go small.
Oh,
you know.
Oh, well, we have a superstar backstage. Hold on, everybody. A superstar backstage. So you know what that means. Yeah. Look out your window. Knicks fans is on your block. Y'all know the Knicks run the city. Pull them shades back. Look out your window. Look down there on the block. That's Knicks fans right there. It's about that time. It's about that time of the week when you get ready for your work week with the man that is so smooth. He does not require a chaser. Your main man, the real, still the real Anthony D. And your main man, Jersey's finest, the hood representative, Uncle Freezy. Ladies and gentlemen, one half of Old School Knicks coming your way on Sunday mornings, the premier Knicks Knowledge Show. Anthony D from Old School Knicks is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Put those fire emojis in the chat. What's good, AD?
Wonder Twin Power activate, baby.
them pinky rings. Pinky rings. We're gone.
Salute. I'm a superstar like superstar Billy Graham. WWF style. Absolutely. Salute to Nick Nation. All my people's in the chat. Fritz, it's always a pleasure to be on, to listen to you. You already kicked it off. You want to put a man with 5 draft picks on the bench. we don't pay 5 draft picks. This one, that one, a token, a transfer.
Yeah.
And we put them on the bench.
And a bus. All of it. A token, a transfer, a bus pass, all of that.
I don't want to put him on the bench. I think maybe it's a situation where it don't quite look like maybe using Robinson like they used Elfrid Payton, where Robinson comes in the game to begin the game, and then they don't really use Robinson to the end of the game, and then we go small the rest of the time.
Interesting.
I think that came out at the same time.
I don't know what they've been talking about on NBA Economy Show over there, boy. Y'all must have been arguing, or like old people say, arguing. Anybody? Y'all must have been arguing over there, bro.
But that's what you have when you have options. When you're a deep, when you're a deep team, you can fiddle. But as we've said on these airways before, Tom Thibodeau is not a fiddler.
No.
He ain't the fiddler on the roof. He ain't the fiddler on the ground. He ain't the fiddler nowhere, no how. He'll let them, work it out in the beginning, as he always does. And the thing of it is, though, Fritz, it's not that it's a crazy idea necessarily, right? Because if you try to win a championship and you want to do the best for the team, if something is not working and you switch it up and that starts to work, then so be it. You know what I mean? Like the 54 Knicks team, at some point when they went to that 3-guard lineup, they won 14 straight.
Yeah.
And the first 3 against Boston, they were killing it.
Right.
I'm not going to go down that path, but, just to Fritz's point, it could be a possibility.
It could be. It could be a possibility. It's food for thought.
No, because you have to. Just my thinking is you have to preserve. You have to preserve Robinson, and he hasn't shown that he can be healthy. So maybe just start the game with Robinson, and then bring him at the end. You know what I mean? They have to think. And the way it's looking like this year, Robinson's not coming out the gate healthy. And he didn't have the summer to get his body right. I don't think I could put him out there for 30 minutes. I don't think I could put him out there for 30 minutes.
Well, he's never played 30 minutes. So you don't have to worry about that. He's never played 30 minutes. And he's going into his 7th season.
Yep.
Right. And here's the thing too. I equate something. I equate a lot of things in life to the dating game. You know how you date, man. You have a girlfriend.
Which one? The Chuck Willoughby?
Yeah, that one. Right. So the thing is you remember when you had a girlfriend you were serious about, and you had the financial question, like, dang, every time I give her $100, she spent $150. Every time I give her $50, she spends $65. So, Chris, what I'm asking you is, if we give $20, do we expect her to spend $20? No. Mitch, the thing is, and I've spoken to this before, but I've had some time to think about it. It's what reasonable minds do, right? If we play Mitch less minutes, does that mean he's less likely to get hurt? No. I legit thought it because, about 2 weeks ago, I said, you know what? Put Mitch in the corner, play him 18 minutes. And then I thought about it. The put Mitch in the corner part still makes sense, right? But the play Mitch less minutes thing has me in the mindset of thinking Mitchell Robinson is a freak injury guy, right?
Yep.
But Mitch is not a freak injury guy. Mitch is a routinely injured guy.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so it doesn't matter if it's shredded up Mitch at 235, he was getting injured. When Mitch bulked up to 270, he was getting injured. Right? Mitch is the one of those that it appears, and no disrespect to Mitch, because we love Mitch. And Mitch probably watching this right now, cussing me out on the big screen. But salute to Mitch. But regardless of Mitch is always injured, and it's not like it's just it's not like it's a knee, like it's one knee, and we know, like, oh, okay, I'm saying, it's that knee that's acting up on him, right? It's a variety of things, man. The year we lost to Miami, it was the hip. Remember the hip where he wore that long white leg sleeve? Y'all remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Remember the one year he broke his hand, Robin Lopez against Washington?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, broke his foot.
It's been a bunch of things.
Yeah, so while I agree with Fritz's overall thinking of, hey, we gotta keep Mitch healthy, Because ultimately that's what I think the thought process is, right? Fritz, is that the thought process? Keep Mitch healthy.
Keep Mitch healthy. Use him for if you need him at the end of the game where it counts, use him. But if you ain't got to, don't do it.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Corey Lee, one half of the 718 Boys, Sunday mornings. What's good, Lee?
What's good, bro? Yo, I came into a tail end of the conversation. So I just want to hear bits and pieces because y'all just mentioned my man, you know what I'm saying, Mitchell Robinson. So,
Salute Corey Lee, the general.
my man, nah, no general, just you know what I'm saying, just out here, you know what I'm saying, fight for our Knicks fans, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So Lee, the thing about what Fritz is saying, and I think we all have the same sentiment, is regardless what happens this season, one of the priorities this year is not just for Mitch, but for OG, for Randall, for Brunson, Josh Hart. Keep these guys healthy, and we should be in a great place at the end of the season going into the playoffs so we can keep guys healthy. Right, but how you get to that point where you keep guys healthy is going to be the issue. Like, do you work on a routine in the off season? Do you change your diet? Do you change the way that you work out in the off season? Right? Do you change your rest patterns? Do you play less minutes? Do you change your play style? Like, it's all of these things that come into question when it comes to keeping a player healthy. Now, if you do.
Okay.
I thought somebody was watching Speed Racer.
Yo.
But
okay.
Hey, shout out to the greatest borough God ever created, the Bronx, New York. Shout out to the Bronx. Shout out to Brooklyn in the building. Shout out to the two greatest boroughs God ever created. But yeah, so what do you change? Do you play Mitch less minutes, or do you consider the other opportunities to keep Mitch healthy? Like what do you do in that game, Chris?
I would pray that Leon Rose has got a plan to the backup plan. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Mitch is my guy and I love him. And all I do is pray for help for him. Lord knows, I call him the butcher. He makes New York a no-fly zone. He makes New York a no-fly zone. For real. I pray that, you know what I'm saying, because he's gonna be the one to carry us to the championship. Real talk, bro.
Did you just say carry?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir. On everything I love, yo. Real talk, I just said that.
That Tito's down south must be bussing. if Mitchell Robinson
Wow.
is carrying the Knicks, Mitchell Robinson carrying the Knicks, bro?
Yeah, I said that. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Real talk, I stand on that.
You're gonna be really short, bro. You're gonna be Napoleon, bro. You saying Mitchell Robinson?
Facts.
Carrying the Knicks?
Facts.
Hey man, I wish I had an air horn for that, because that man said Mitchell Robinson carrying the Knicks. If I had an air horn,
you know it was dope, yo. The other, damn, I said it, yo. Hey, yo, and the reason why I say this, yo, real talk. If he can, if this man can play 70 games, real talk, 70 games, bro. Do you know how much that makes us so much better? With OG and Nobi. Y'all tripping, man.
Has Mitch ever played 70 games?
Has Mitch ever carried a team in one game?
Bro, it doesn't matter. It's what he does.
No,
it's what he does. No, what y'all don't get, yo. And it's cool, yo. I mean, y'all just think he's just, you know what I'm saying, a run jump athlete, you know what I'm saying? And that's cool, bro. And you know,
Has he shown to be more than a run jump athlete?
yo, he does more than just that though.
I'm asking you, has he shown to be more than just a run jump athlete?
Yo, when we first had Brunson in the first season, you know what I'm saying? He cleaned up a lot of his mistakes. Hold on a second. Just think about that. You know what I'm saying? When we had RJ Barrett, you know what I'm saying? Emmanuel Quickly. Now we got OG and Anunoby. And now this dude's forgotten.
But that's what a run jump athlete does when that's all you have
Okay.
is to pick up. It's to pick
Uh,
up.
uh,
Hold on a second, Corey. It's to pick up for those guys who are
hmm.
less defensively. You see what I'm
Oh,
saying? That's what Mitch has done. I'm not gonna kill Mitch, Corey. I'm not killing Mitch. Because if you ask me, I'm not with the trying to save him minutes. I'm gonna ride that to the finish line.
Right. Okay.
And if he breaks down on the way to Jersey at the
wow.
tunnel, then so be it.
Then so be it. Right.
Then
Wow.
so be it. I'm
Okay.
not babying Mitch. Mitch is going into his 7th season. He knows what is expected of him.
For
He
sure.
knows what this team is trying to do. So
Do we know this?
all of that, Mitch wasn't working out. When Fritz said that, I almost threw up in my mouth.
Right.
All of that,
Wow.
he's not working. He wasn't working out. Da 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 da. Is he collecting a paycheck?
Hmm.
What are we
Okay.
talking about here? He's the starting center.
That wasn't the
The
statement.
only.
That wasn't the statement. The statement was
The only.
no. Wait, hold on, Lee. Just let me finish my point. The statement that Lee made was not that. The statement was carry the Knicks to a championship. Like if we
For
because
sure.
everybody
Healthy.
contributes.
Yeah, the defense is what's going to get us to the league, to the finals, yo. Real talk. Defense.
Yeah, but that's not what we said. But the thing was Mitch
Wow.
carry us to that. That's what you said.
Right.
That's what you said.
Rebound.
Like we
Block shots. Carry our defense. I promise you. Real talk. But I mean, that's why we're here to agree to disagree. Am I right, my brother?
no, you're not gonna make me agree with nothing.
I ain't
Nobody's
say
gonna
that.
blame. Yeah.
I,
You said
no, no,
we
no,
here.
no.
No. That's what you said. You said we gonna agree to disagree, and I'm not gonna
I
agree.
apologize.
Now, and I'm just saying in general thinking, like every reasonable minds can have their own line of thinking, even if they don't, even if their thoughts are divergent. Out of respect for you, I can legit accept your line of thinking and not agree with it, right? But I'm not gonna make you. I'm not gonna force you to agree with my side just because I think a certain way, and I wouldn't expect the other way either. You know what I'm saying? Out of respect, like if that's your point, your opinion, then you can have that point and that opinion. We just don't want to be forced to think that way. You know what I'm saying? Like you explained like what you were saying, and I understand what you're saying after you elaborated on it. But I'm in a mindset that I don't see Mitchell Robinson carrying anything. Mitchell Robinson is not even our best defender. And in my mind, our best defender is OG Anunoby, followed by Mikal Bridges. That's the way I see it, right?
Yes.
And then after OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges, then you can have the argument or have the conversation. In my opinion, you can have the conversation about the third best defender being Deuce when he's healthy or Mitch when he's healthy. But it depends on the way you see it. If you feel like defensive basketball is played from inside out, then you may have that opinion. I just don't.
Carries a lot, Corey. Carries a lot. We're not even asking him to carry. We just asking him to. We just asking him to be a part of this thing, and to have grown. Well, at least for me, I don't want to speak for nobody else, right? I just want to see him grow more than the past 6 years. And in order to do that, you got to be on the floor. See what I'm saying? Mitch ain't got no competition. Who's Mitch's competition at the center?
Oh, no. Ain't nobody. He the one and only.
Okay.
Right.
There's nobody there that should be taking minutes from Mitch in plain theory. Right? You can't have an argument for Precious. You damn sure can't have an argument for Sims.
Right.
Right?
Or Party.
Whoever. Me, you, whoever.
Right.
Who's in Mitch's way? But Mitch. Keep it 100. Let's keep it a stat. Let's keep it a stat. It's time for Mitch to not have these excuses, to not get hurt, and yeah. And if he does get hurt, you know what it looks? It looks bad on management, because here you've taken another chance on him yet again. That's 2 with the old team and 5 now with the new team.
Yeah.
I like that. Yo, that was a dope take, bro. That was a dope take, man. But I still don't. Yeah, I mean, you are so correct in a lot of different ways. But you know what, though? I think honestly, in my heart of hearts, you know what I'm saying? I think the reason why he survived out of all of them is because he brought the most value. You know what I'm saying? Out of all, and when I say all of them, I'm thinking of all the pups. You know what I'm saying? Real talk, bro. And I know things change and people change, and you know what I'm saying, things of need supposedly changes. You know what I'm saying? You know, I honestly believe this young man from Louisiana is gonna make something happen this season. He's gonna be a part of it. I mean, the part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, wow. I'm not saying, like his role is not going to change no more different than what it is right now. You know what I'm saying? You know, and he's going to have other great defenders around him, cats who can really play the passing lanes and shut down cats. You know what I'm saying? Right now. But the fact that, like, he's what? Provided he stays healthy. He's going to be the reason why we are NBA champion.
If there was a line right now in Vegas, Corey, if you had a line right now in Vegas, which I'm sure you could bet on anything, anywhere, anytime, would you put your money on Mitch being healthy for the entire season?
No. Oh, I'm sorry. You're talking to Lee. That's a Lee.
I was talking to Lee. That's a Lee question. Would you put your money on him, Lee?
Let me tell you something. Guaranteed and hope, I do not guarantee or on hope at all. So when I say that,
that was not the answer. That was not an answer to the question.
I already know.
Would you put your money on
Mitch? No, not like that. No. Not like that. No.
Then what are we talking about?
Nah, what we're talking about is he stays healthy. He stays healthy. We go to the championship, and we are champions. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got catch. We ain't got catch like MB snatching him out the air again. You know what I'm saying? Trying to rip his ankle off, man. Come on, man.
Yo, you ever tell somebody to go eat at a restaurant that you wouldn't eat at?
Seriously, bro.
That's exactly what you just did. Well, you know what? Yeah, well,
no. I mean, for real, hope. hope. Listen, hope is a big thing, and I hope this happens. You know what I'm saying? But am I gonna bet on it like that? Nah, come on, I got kids. You know what I'm saying? But to say that, you know what I'm saying? What, $1? Yeah. $2, $100, maybe, yeah. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the year, you stay healthy. With that in line, I try. Why not? You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? I believe this cat. I believe in this young man right here. You know what I'm saying? He's the reason why we ain't win the championship. You know what I'm saying? Much earlier. If he was healthy this year, where was born, yo.
Keep hope
And a
alive.
man. Hey man, I'll be Jesse. Let me be that. You know what I'm saying?
Keep hope alive. You sound like Jesse in '84.
Yeah.
You
Oh
remember Jesse
well.
in '84? Freezy with the green and white. Jesse had some nice cards. Jesse had the green and white posters.
Yeah.
Bro, man, I'm just not rich like that, yo. You know what I'm saying? Black bone, yeah, I said that shit. I could sell it. Nah, but real talk, I feel that way. I still feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Provided he stay healthy, yes, yo, he can carry us to an NBA championship, yo. Just on for defense alone. You know what I'm saying? God forbid, you know what I'm saying? One of these cats we just get hurt. You know what I'm saying? How much more he's gonna be relied upon. You know what I'm saying? He knows the system. He's been there for grip. You know what I'm saying? He's good at what he does. You know what I'm saying? You forgot he shot 70% from the field. Come on, man.
Fritz, you started this and you have gone away.
Yes, I have.
Me
You
too.
have
Me too.
gone- you were the
I'm
one
running.
who
I'm
started
running away
this.
too. Y'all can't see. I'm running away too, but y'all can't.
No,
tell.
because I was like, oh, I'm not betting on Mitch, and I was like, oh, we should just treat him like Alfred Payton. It was like
Wow.
you know what I mean?
Wow.
Wow.
Alfred started.
Wow.
No,
Alfred
no.
started the game.
But
Wow.
he's talking about the rotation, like
Rotations.
how Tibbs played
Start
him.
the game. We start the game with Mitch. He plays 6-7 minutes.
And you won't
You know what I
see him
mean?
again until the start of the second half, and
Yep.
then 6 or 7 minutes, and then you won't see him again until the end of the game.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I
Wow.
don't agree, but I don't agree with either. Not meaning that my point is more valuable than either of you guys' point. It's just I think the way I feel
Wow.
the way I feel is different.
Wow.
Wow, what? You screaming wow
No,
over the top of me talking. Wow, what?
no, I'm sorry. I'm gonna be quiet for a minute.
I mean, that's where he is. He's unreliable. That's where he's at.
Right.
Like I said, this management, if he gets hurt, you know, you have to be able to pivot.
Yeah.
And it's almost not an if, it's a when.
Nah. You know
You
what,
have
bro?
to be able to.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second,
Bro.
real quick. No, I
You
want
have
to say something real quick. I'm willing to agree with what a part about what you're saying, and I see where you're going with it. And to some degree, I understand because business is business. Where we're trying to go to, you understand what I'm saying? But God forbid, God forbidding, no.
well, that's what it is. You know, God forbid that he doesn't. We hope that's not what it is, you know, because we're looking for something better than what happened to us last year. That was unforeseen. You know, that was like almost a tsunami of injuries. Pat, 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 pat. Like, how much can you take?
Yeah.
You know, that can't, you know, we can't think that that's going to happen again, but we have players We have a couple of guys. This is why Bridges was so important. Bridges has never missed a game.
Right. Right.
Like, think about that. Like, guys get hurt. Guys have bumps and bruises and get the flu and belly ache, the runs, everything.
Everything. Yeah.
He's never missed a game. When you get that kind of player, you know, Fritz, you trying to utilize one of his strong suits, which is he shows up.
Mhm.
So on days when OG has to miss a game, he slides there. Dante slides back to the 2. You see what I'm saying? You don't. This is why he's so important, and you throw Josh on top of it. At the end of the day, when after Tibbs muddles around and plays the center, third, whatever, he's gonna get right to his guys that he believes he can trust.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay.
And those are gonna be the core. And if Mitch is there, in his heart of heart, does he think he can trust Mitch? Hell no.
Nah, you bugging now.
Hell no.
Come
His
on,
heart of
man.
heart, you think Tom Thibodeau believes he can trust that Mitch is gonna be there in the end? Hell no.
Are you serious, bro?
He's been hurt every year that Tom has been here. Every year and multiple times during the season. He'll get better, he'll come back, he'll get hurt again. He'll get better, he'll get hurt, he'll get hurt again. He would be, the management would be, I'm telling you, the management would really look like I'm expecting for management to do something, Freezy. I'm telling you.
Wow.
I'm expecting for them to address that backup position.
Okay.
It's important because what you're gonna do if he gets hurt? What you're gonna do? You're gonna force OG to play more center than you really anticipated for him to play. You know what it is when 6-7 guys goes up against 7-1 guys, they get hurt.
They get hurt.
Facts. I agree.
Ask Gary Payton Jr. out there with Golden State, with curved into him, trying to play him at 6'3" power forward. What nonsense is that?
Right. Sherwin says, I'm out of here, y'all. I can't take the foolishness. Yeah, hey, Sherwin, hey man, it's people have opinions, bro. Everybody have their own opinion, man.
Sherwin, come back.
Man. Seriously.
But so one of the things I believe that we should keep in mind is that it's August and training camp won't even start for another 30 days.
Facts.
And so after training camp, there'll be roster cuts and trim down also. So you don't have to shop for your backup center or your starting center right now for Knicks fans. You don't have to be concerned about the guy. Whoever the guy is, the center is that the Knicks will add to the roster is still going to be playing basketball somewhere. It's not like we're going to grab a guy off the couch to bring him in, to be the starting center. Whoever it is going to be playing somewhere, right? He's somewhere now working out. September, he'll be in training camp somewhere or in some type of training camp. And he may make it to a preseason, right? Before we add that guy, so it's not as if Mitchell Robinson's injury history is not on the radar. We know it's on the radar. It's why they signed Hartenstein 2 years ago. We know, Mitch has a propensity to get injured because Mitch doesn't just, when Mitch is hurt, he plays, right? Mitch gets injured. When he gets injured, he doesn't have the ability to play. We know Mitch is tough, right? We know Mitch is a tough dude. If he gets hurt, he'll play, but Mitch gets injured. And that's what keeps him out of the lineup because he plays a physical brand of basketball. And guys that generally play that physical brand of basketball get injured. So it's one of those things where I think we just have to be patient with the process of going through and finding a fit for this team. It's clear they don't just want anyone. They want either a certain player specifically or a certain type player specifically. Because when centers were on the market, they could have just grabbed one and the whole conversation would have been over with. They could have traded up they could have packaged 2 draft picks and traded up in the draft. They don't clearly they are looking for a specific guy or a specific archetype. And to their credit, if that guy is not available, they're not gonna rush it or overdo it just to overpay for that guy.
Absolutely. Sherwin, I thought you went home.
And that's for anybody. And that's for anybody right now. If you notice him, for anybody at every position right now, outside of center, you know what I'm saying? Right now, until we know that this is I'm rolling with this right here. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we do
I'm
know.
just saying.
We do know. I mean,
I'm saying the book.
We
I'm
have a
saying
tendency. Hold on, Corey. We have a tendency as Knicks fans to fall in love with the homegrown. You know, and I keep saying these to you guys, not because you draft them means that they're gonna be here to the end.
I agree with you.
Like pieces are players, you know, it's not that they're pawns necessarily, but it's to get to the other side. You know, we fall in love with these guys. Like, come on.
You know,
sometimes sometimes it just is what it is. What it is.
You know, I know Charlie Ward's. You know what I'm saying, stuff like that. You know, I agree with you, but you know,
we used to kill Charlie Ward. Right. We used to absolutely kill Charlie Ward. Wasn't appreciated until Charlie Ward was no longer in a Knicks uniform.
Yep, pretty much.
And I'm talking about years and years later, after we saw all of these guys that came through that didn't do what Charlie did in his little bit of what that was. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we, you know, is Frank Ntilikina Charlie Ward? There's an absolute Frank Stan shit that was going on here.
Yeah.
And there was a time we let Marcus Camby go, and that hurt us for years.
He wasn't homegrown, but there's levels to this, and way too many times we fall in love with these guys. Like, I remember a dude was talking about the Knicks had to keep Quickly, and I'm like, how are you going to keep Quickly and Brunson? Right. You think they were going to invest over $300 million in contract? Like, come on.
Oh God, I want you to let you know you got me laughing, but it's cool, bro. Bro, you know what I'm saying? I like this. I like this. I like to be the optimist, you know what I'm saying? And you know, and it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe, you know what I'm saying? Because honestly believe in this young man right here. And this man is going to be a part of the reason why we win the NBA championship.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Simple question.
But this is the thing. So Lee just said he's the reason why we're going to win the NBA championship.
And he doubled down on it. And he doubled down on it. And I respect Corey to the fullest, but I don't agree with that. I just want him to be a part of it.
Yo, the Butcher coming.
You know what I mean? I want him to be.
The butcher is coming.
You see, like how KP was able to win a championship with Boston, and you ain't see him nowhere near the finals. I'll accept that. I'll accept that with Mitch.
That's funny, but that's cool though.
I'll accept that with Mitch. If he plays good enough, enough to help us get there, and he's nowhere near, we're able to win it without him, I will absolutely accept that.
That's cool, yo. But you know what I'm saying? You my man, yo, you still my man, Esquire. I rock with you. Esquire, I rock with you.
We gotta be honest here. I mean, him being the reason to win the championship, that's a lot. That's a lot to put on.
Bro, I promise you. I promise you. Real talk, man. Him just playing Embiid right there in that little stretch of time showed me his capabilities and what he can do. What he's capable of. Hurt. He was hurt. Come on, man. That's man, what? Nah. I'm taking him with me. He riding to the end. I don't care if I gotta carry him. I'm taking him to the end. Yo, what he did, yo, man, listen, Embiid is a world-class athlete, so be it. And yeah, he showed us a lot. He showed us a lot in the Olympics. A lot of nothing. But that's cool though. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They play in the format and yeah, he showed his game. So be it. I'm telling you right now. Mitchell Robinson going up against him healthy. Real talk. We'll shut him down to no less maybe 18-10. Real talk. No 30s, no none of that. They playing through him. Which they always try to. They always try to play through Embiid.
Shout out to the chat. I'm seeing a vibrant chat out here. Sherwin. Sherwin, I thought you went to sleep. Sherwin, tell Mitch to come on the show. We would love to debate his progress with the Knicks since you're going to camp tomorrow, as you said. Marley Marl, you know, the intellect is in the building. Ghetto Intellect, when did you change your name?
Yeah, he did.
He had like a Prince moment.
Yeah.
For real, man.
Yeah.
He stole the rights.
Yeah. So to the thing that Fritz mentioned though about the shooting guard spot, I honestly think there is something there, but not to that extent. I'm gonna say that Mikal Bridges overall is just a better player than Dante DiVincenzo is overall, and that's not an indictment on Dante because that's my heartstring, right? I like Dante. I think Dante adds a certain element to any NBA roster. Dante reminds me of Rex Chapman from back in the day, right? That's what I view him as, that archetype, the Bobby Sura type archetype, and not because of his appearance.
Oh, because
of his style of play, right? But I don't know if Dante DiVincenzo's starter minutes are more important than Mikal Bridges' starter minutes, right? I think probably Dante is more situation. Dante is probably a starter for most NBA teams. He even started for a team that won a championship. But with this collection and this style of play, clearly we are going with length and athleticism at every spot except point guard. And it's because we have a point guard that if he were long and athletic, it'd be a plus for us, but he's not. Right. So Jalen Brunson is what he is. Deuce is what he is. Cameron Payne is what he is. Tyler Kolek is what he is. But for everybody else, clearly, the archetype is rangy, athletic, and flexible. And when I mean flexible, and I mean in terms of being able to play multiple positions. Interchangeable, right? Yep.
They have a very, good team just on paper alone,
Yeah.
and we saw what glimpses of it in that stretch of February, right? Where they went, what was it, 14-2?
Yep.
When they
Yes,
when they
sir.
when they smacked Denver. It was that Denver game when they smacked Denver with Joker.
Yeah.
That was the game, to me at least, that made the league go, whoo.
Yeah, and we could have been 16-0, but
Yeah.
but we threw our jerseys out there on the floor against a Dallas Mavericks team that didn't have Luka, right? We just
Yes.
took them lightly, and Kyrie Irving made us pay for it. And then the Orlando game, Jalen Brunson didn't play.
Yes.
Dre, what's
Yes.
good, bro?
Salute Freezy, salute Fritz, salute AD, salute
Air Force
Horse to
One,
the
let's
chat.
go. You see
You
that
ready to go,
offense?
Freezy? Freezy
You
ready
see
to
that
go.
offense?
It's
Jump,
world.
hey, get on there
It's
now, bro.
it's the godson of worldwide.
What's his
But
My
I'm
man.
listening to the conversation. I'm
Yo,
hearing everything.
Steve Stout nephew is in the building. Salute.
I was gonna say, like, I'm listening to the conversation, and like, I feel you 100% core. But like, when you look around the league and you assess what our opponents are doing, or who we're going against as far as contenders, I would say Robert Williams is a guy you could win a championship with. I would say Malcolm Brogdon is a guy you could win a championship with. Did the Celtics feel like, yo, I'm gonna take these chances on these guys being healthy when every year they get hurt? They shipped them
Facts.
up out of there as soon as they got the chance to get something better.
Yeah, but Dre, but that wasn't the point though. The point was Lee's point was carry to a championship. Yeah.
I don't know about all that. He could be. I could say he could be an integral part depending on matchups. Like if we go against a big or we're going against Embiid or something, he can help us. Like he's a round by round matchup kind of guy. Whereas a guy like Brunson and Randall are essential to us succeeding at the highest level. Like we can't be just down a top gun that way, offensively or defensively. But like I think it's one of those things where Mitch is situationally important. And of course, you need guys to be situationally important. Like every series, Al Horford wasn't great, but he showed up when he needed to. In particular series when KP was out, you
Okay.
need guys to be situationally great.
Yeah,
Like you
but that's
need
for
great role
everybody on the
players.
roster, right?
Huh? Say it again.
Everybody on the roster has to be situationally great, right? In certain situations on a championship run, you need guys to step up and be great in certain situations.
Absolutely.
Like when OG ended when Hartenstein grabbed that rebound in between 4 sixes, you needed him to be great on the offensive boards in that moment, and he
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he kicked it out to OG Anunoby, an on-time pass to OG Anunoby, who in that moment could have took the shot, could have dribbled backwards and took the shot himself, but unselfishly, he got the ball around the horn to Dante DiVincenzo for a straight ahead three.
Yeah. And
And
you need guys like Dante to be situationally great, same as Josh Hart.
yeah.
But like if we're talking about like foundational pillars of the roster, you ain't doing nothing if one of OG, McCall, Randall, or Brunson is out. If we were going against these other units completely healthy,
Yeah.
in my mind. And I don't see Mitch as like a foundational piece. Like he can help us. He can absolutely help us. But if he has to be a means to an end in terms of like a trade or an upgrade,
Boo.
then so be it. I'm sure like Core, do you know how much they love Tom Lord in the Celtics fan base?
They love that dude like a little brother.
Like, you know how much they love Marcus Smart?
Oh God.
The heart and
Oh
soul of
God.
the Celtics. He's the heart and soul of the Celtics, bro.
Go
Like,
get. Oh God, don't start.
do you remember what's my man name? Golly, they got him from the Sacramento Kings. Well, they got him for the Kansas City Kings, the point guard. Tiny Archibald.
Tiny, right.
You remember how much he was loved there, bro? And they didn't win a championship with him. I can't remember them.
No, they won a championship with Tiny.
And was it in 80?
They won it with him with Bird. Bird's first championship when Maxwell is MVP. Tiny's
you're right. You're right.
Tiny's the point.
Yeah, you're right. Dennis Johnson was in Phoenix. That's right.
Yeah, Dennis wasn't there yet.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, no one is hating. No one is hating on Mitch. Like I said before, Mitch is our own. But when we talk facts about Mitch, everyone gets curled up in their feelings.
We
gotta stop this.
Like AD, a prime situation of Mitch being situationally great. He was dominant against the Cavs, but what Mitch offered didn't help us against the Heat. It didn't help us at all against the Heat.
No, and it should have.
It should have.
But Mitch was hurt with the hip injury.
He was hurt with the hip injury, and then
limited. I'm sorry.
He was hurt with the hip injury, and then Spoelstra does what Spoelstra does, and he mitigates fringe players. That's what he does. He'll target your weakness and attack it over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
Like every time Mitch got the ball anywhere in the vicinity of the rim, Kyle Lowry was somewhere hovering around to whack him.
Yeah, and just foul him. That's it. Everybody.
Yeah, but
if he was on the glass, they would send 2-3 bodies at him.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. If Mitch is healthy, and it's a big it's a big if. This you have to give him. The longer he plays, the better he does.
He's like a bruising running back. That's what he is.
Right. He just needs to be able to play long stretches.
Mitch is Leroy Horde.
Damn it. It's just Leroy.
He deals out punishment, but he also takes a whole lot.
If you had Mitch against Indiana, we're not even having this discussion.
I don't know.
They don't have a front court person as fit. They didn't have a front court person as physical as Mitch when you needed to be physical on the glass.
I'll say
Thank you.
But Mitch always struggles with bigs that can shoot.
Yeah.
And you know who would he be checking?
But I would have still rather to have him because
because not having
depth
him
purposes.
yeah.
For depth purposes, yes.
Yes, because that other big guy, as much as I like him, he's only a 6 rebound guy.
Miles Turner.
Thank you.
Miles Turner was only a 6 rebound guy.
Thank you.
That's his career. His career numbers like 6-7 rebounds. You know, he's not an animal like Mitch when it comes to that rebound.
Nah,
but
man.
I'll say this: that if it's not even Mitch in that scenario,
aren't going to be high volume rebounders, bro. We keep saying that bro. When a player is, it's like saying Del Curry didn't have he didn't average a lot of rebounds, bro. He's a jump shooter.
The only big I could remember consistently that was a good rebounder and could shoot was Kevin Love.
Julius Randle.
Yeah. Well, that could shoot at a high clip all the time. Randall's
from three.
Oh, come on, man. Come on.
Randall only got 1 year shooting 40%. Kevin Love shoot high 30s damn near his whole career.
Right. Larry Bird.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And to have those two specific traits at the same time, that usually means you're a Hall of Famer. That's Kevin Love is going to Hall of Fame for those who doubt it. May not be first ballot, but he's gonna get there.
Yeah.
Everybody's first ballot in the NBA for crying out loud. Who doesn't make it?
Is it?
Who doesn't make it? Yao Ming was first ballot.
Mo Cheeks wasn't first ballot.
Well, you have prejudice.
Exactly.
I mean, Yao Ming got because of the international thing, like that matters to them as far as having an international presence.
Yeah, but it didn't.
Unless you're Stephon Marbury, then.
But it didn't mean. But it did.
Wow.
They didn't buy enough tickets to put him in the Hall of Fame. When they put him in the Hall of Fame, Mark Aguirre wasn't in the Hall of Fame.
Whew.
Right.
Facts.
Yeah, Let's think about that.
Facts.
2-time. What was he? Number 2 pick for you, or was he number 1?
I think he was number 1 to Dallas. He was
Number
number 1.
1 to
He was
Dallas.
Dallas, man. He was their first ever draft pick, right?
A franchise carrier for many a year. A franchise carrier.
Yeah.
Right? Yao Ming wasn't no franchise carrier.
He was basically dominant when he played, though, but then he got hurt, of course. But I think most of it was just his international impact, which is, it doesn't mean anything to us, per se, but it means a lot to the Basketball Hall of Fame because it's about spreading the game as much as possible.
It meant something to me. I just talked about it. I remembered it.
Yeah. And plus Yao Ming helped evolve modern NBA basketball, man. And not in a way that we think, but if it were not for the Yao Ming type guys, teams probably would be doing less and less pick and roll offense, because the only way you can defeat a Yao Ming defense is by getting him out in space and making him move his feet. And teams went more and more and more and more to that over the years, and now to a point where you see less Tiago splitters, less Enes Kanters, less
Marjan
Omer
Bogdanovic.
Yeah, you see, and now you're seeing more Mitchell Robinson type, Nick Claxton types, Jarrett Allen types.
Bam.
Tom Lord. Yeah, you see more and more mobile bigs that
Derek Lively.
Yeah, matter of fact, saved Tyson Chandler's career. DeAndre Jordan was a 2nd-round pick. He probably wouldn't have been nothing in a post-up era. DeAndre Jordan in a post-up game era probably would have been one of those guys you saw one time.
6 fouls.
Yeah.
6 fouls. That's it.
Yeah. So, yeah. But on the Mitch conversation though,
yeah,
I understand. But nah, man,
I was gonna say to AD's point, like if we had Mitch, if we had, say, just look at it from a 2K point of view. If we had a 2K player with Mitch's attributes and we just put those attributes into something else and we had the equivalent of that on the court, we probably would have beat the Pacers anyway. Like Mitch's particular skill set is fine, but like we needed the body in general.
You needed the body.
Yeah, for the rotation to save everyone. Yeah.
You needed the body. You needed for when that little dude kept coming in the lane. There wasn't enough consistent. Get it out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Deuce was hurt too, though, and we didn't know it at the time. We just thought Deuce was just getting beat for no reason.
Right, but you still didn't have Mitch's presence. You know what I'm saying? To be like, get it out of there.
Hold on a second. What's the mantra of our team? Rim protection. We didn't have enough of it.
It was until we acquired 2 of the best. Period.
Yeah. It still is.
When you acquire 2 of the best 2 in basketball, your rim protection becomes a luxury at that point.
Man, son, you don't get it. That is still the mantra of his team.
It's a luxury I'd still rather have.
Listen, bro, like it ain't RJ Barrett and Quentin Grimes stopping wings out there.
I'm not saying it's RJ Barrett.
Guys stopping guys at the we saw in the playoffs.
Bro, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, go ahead. Corey. Go ahead, Corey.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying about the whole this ain't RJ Barrett. I clearly understand who was on our team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I clearly get the athletes, the personnel, the people, what they've done in their career. But don't get it messed up. This dude sticks closely to what he believes in. And if he can, do you not understand? If this man wanted to get rid of this guy, he would have been got rid of him. We're talking about the head coach.
Sometimes winning the championship doesn't always align with what the
head coach agree. I agree with you.
I understand that. Yeah.
So, with that said, that young man ain't going nowhere for a minute unless it's
but
beautiful. Unless it makes
unless
no sense.
unless it's a great trade, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Unless we get the perfect piece back, absolutely.
Bim,
Like it
bim.
wouldn't make sense to just move him for the sake of moving him.
Exactly.
I'm not saying
Got
that at all. But like if the appropriate maneuver happened, like is presented in front of you, hey, look, man, I'm not gonna be like, nah, don't
I'm not
put
gonna
that
stop
together.
progress. I'm not gonna stop progress
Yeah, yeah,
just because I love a guy. Come
yeah,
on, I
yeah,
love
yeah.
RJ Barrett. You know what I'm saying? Come on. I like quickly. You know what I'm saying? You know, all them cats it was all dope when they own little way. You know what I'm saying? Even Ovi, but so to some degree. But you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna stop progress of winning just because I like a guy. You understand what I'm saying? I don't disagree with that. But what I'm saying though, he still adds to what we do. You understand what I'm saying? And until that is shown totally different to the NBA, you understand what I'm saying? So be it then. You know what I'm saying? But I promise
My
you,
my thing is to that point. This roster is revamped. We don't know what we do yet.
Right.
So, like you talking about a past iteration. You
I
talking about
agree.
like not to rehash it, but you talking about our wing rotation being R.J. Barrett,
Hmm.
um, Quinn Grimes, and Josh
Cam,
Hart.
you talking about RJ Barrett, Cam Reddish, Evan Fournier, wing
Yeah,
defense?
No, no, no,
like
no,
when you
no.
have guys
Yeah,
like that,
that's exactly who's on the wing. Ain't no nope
when,
about that. That's who our wing players was.
and
Not last
when you
year.
have guys like that,
Those guys weren't
having Mitch
imaginary.
is extremely important when you have guys like that. But when you have guys that are stalwarts, basically on defense, and are elite weak side defenders and can protect the rim and the pitch, that premium that you putting on Mitch's skill set slowly dwindles when they're also extremely efficient offensive players.
Okay.
Mitchell Robinson is basically Andrew Wolfolk. That's who he is.
Mm.
Fritz Alcent. Fritz, do you know who Andrew Wolfolk is?
From the Patriots?
No,
I,
not
no, that
Vince.
was that
Not
was
not,
Vince.
That's
I'm
not,
sorry,
Vincent.
not
Vince.
Vince
Yeah.
Wilfork. No,
Vince.
Andrew Wolfolk.
Nah, no clue.
Yeah, Lee know who he is, and Lee know why I said that. Lee know why I
Mhm.
use him as an AD. You know who it is, right? Andrew Wolfolk. AD, I think AD main step. So Dre, Andrew Wolfolk is the saxophonist for Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Okay.
That's who he is, bro. He does a specific thing for them, but he ain't the star of the show, bro.
Yeah.
You not taking the microphone away from Philip Bailey and Maurice White, right? You not getting ready to play in front of Verdine White, bro. You like
Mm.
wanted to do. You contribute to something that's great, but nobody knows who Andrew Wolfolk is, bro. I'm sorry, right? Like when you hear the reasons the saxophonists come in for a low stretch and then he step away, right? Or when you hear after the love is gone, he come in and plays saxophone for a little stretch, and then Jalen Brunson, Randall, OG, and Mikal Bridges take back over, bro. Mitch is a
It,
contributor to something that's great.
you'd be like he steps in and saxophone is fire, but you
Right.
you could probably put a clarinet right there and not really skip a beat.
Right. Yeah. You could do put anybody in that bridge right there. And then and not saying that you can replace
Mm.
anybody, but if we're saying that Mitchell Robinson can't be replaced by Bam Adebayo, now we tripping. Right? Mitch is
And
a good
Bam don't
player.
really average that many blocks per game.
Yeah, Mitchell Robinson's resume has absolutely nothing on it. What NBA award has Mitchell Robinson got? All-Star team, rising star, something, just
Defensive,
it,
defensive, all team
something,
defense.
anything. Just
We
just
everything we talk about is capability, not reality.
after 6 seasons, the potential for him to be something after 6 seasons, and we know Mitchell Robinson can't shoot a basketball outside of 4 foot. Right? We know Mitchell Robinson, when he goes up against other NBA centers, defensively may stop them from having a career night, but he's not going to stop them from getting their season numbers. Mitch is not that guy. We're talking about, we're putting Mitch in this conversation like Mutombo, where if you face Mutombo, then you're going to play to a lesser amount of your season counting stats. Mitch is not that guy.
Facts.
Mitch is a piece that he's going to play really hard. He's a team guy. We all love him. We hope he stays. We hope he retires as a Knick. You know what I'm saying? Love following him on social media. But when we start putting him in that category of difference maker, I think
And
that's
how much
when
do
we
you
start
want to?
stepping outside of.
How much do you want to attribute his success to Tibbs?
I'm gonna say.
Oh,
I'll give that man. I'll give Tom Thibodeau total credit for that man's career. All of it.
I'm good with it.
and if you were to drop Mitch on any other organization in the league, I'm not sure he looks like this.
No.
When he's healthy, I'm not sure he looks like this.
And how and that's a great question too, Dre. And the reason why I think that's a great question is because when you see young bigs on other teams get dropped into a situation of development, you see over the years something is always added to their game. Something, right?
A little push shot. You see something. You see him pull out a push shot, a little hook shot. You might see him pull out a drop step. You might see
free throws get better.
Yeah, whereas Mitch's development, for better or worse, it's come on the defensive end. Like, he doesn't go for fakes as much. He's a good communicator on the defensive end. But there's a defined ceiling to just working on just those things. Like, instead of rounding out your
wow.
Right, but that's like saying, hooray, you got a D+ on the exam, at least you passed. Right?
Wow.
Not biting on a pump fake. That's a fundamental basketball thing.
It's like Mitch got a report card and he got like D's on everything, but he got like an A in gym.
Yeah, and he passed. He got promoted.
Salute, Chris.
Yeah,
Salute,
and so no disrespect to Mitch, but bro, you going into your 7th NBA season. And every offseason, we hear the same thing. I'm going to prove the naysayers wrong. Watch, this year's going to be big and better. And
7 is a lot. Dudes become superstars in 2 years. You talking about 7?
Bro, it's like watching, I think I said this 2 years ago. Watching Mitchell Robinson's career is like watching the Fast and the Furious. Right? At some point, you know a car is going to drive off a bridge, bro. We know that. Bro, how many times can you drive a car fast? I mean, is there anything else? I mean, you're gonna drive a car fast off a train. You're gonna drive a car fast out of a C-130 airplane. You're gonna drive a car fast on the highway, bro. That's Mitch, the Fast and the Furious.
He can drive it. He can drive it as fast as he wants, as long as he's there to drive it.
See, but that's the thing.
See, that's the thing. Take a look at what Dallas did. Dallas was able to get not one big, but 2 at the trade
starting
deadline.
Caliber big.
Do you count PJ Washington also?
Yeah, PJ
no,
played
because he's
5
a
in
wing.
his career, but
he's played 5 in his career, but I wouldn't say he's a 5.
No, I mean as a big. I'm not saying.
Yeah.
He's a front court player, so I guess so. Yeah.
Okay.
I guess so.
So
they're able to get 3
bigs. They added 3 bigs in 1 year.
3 bigs. 3.
Would you trade Mitch for Derek Lively right now?
Oh.
We had Derek Lively. We'd be over.
Is that a question?
Favorites right now.
Is that a question?
Matter of fact, if we had Derek Lively, we would have probably had to trade him for McCall because that's all they would ask for. They would say, "Keep me picks, give me Derek Lively."
Is that a question?
Right. Right.
We
Can't
probably
be.
wouldn't even have Mikel because we would be so stuck on not trading.
I I remember when I was eyeing from out in Minnesota, Nas Reed, and I was like, oh my God, Nas
Yeah.
is about to come up. Like, why are
Nas
we
is
not?
like,
What? The next thing we know, like one day, Minnesota hit him with the bag and was like, boom.
yeah, yeah.
And it wasn't even a big bag. It was just like, yeah, yo,
No.
take this right here and be cool.
Yeah, it was one of them bag like you're very important to us type bags,
Yes.
right? Yeah, but the thing about Nas Reed is over the years, like
Got better.
the things that he was not necessarily good at, you saw improve. Like the knock on him at LSU was he was a score first guy that wouldn't rebound. That was a knock on him. Like all he cares about is scoring,
Right.
right? But over
Right.
the years, you notice his defense got better, his
Yes.
rebounding got better,
Yes.
and things like that. But with Mitch, I'll surmise like this. I'll ask Dre this. Dre, has there ever been an important New York trade rumor for another player that included Mitch Robinson?
Well,
Say Donovan Mitchell. Was
yeah,
Donovan
Doc,
Mitchell?
they've been rumored around throwing him in there, but I don't think Danny Ainge was all that interested personally.
I don't think Mitch has that value around the league. I think we value Mitch more than like
And
there is for instance, every time a Knicks content creator does a show, people in the chat talk about trading Randall, right? Because either they dislike Randall or Randall has some value, whether it's his contract, whether it's him as a player, whether for whatever reason, right? People talk about trading Randall. But you never hear anybody talking about trading Mitch for two young stud players. Is there a world like is there a
no,
world where you could see Mitchell Robinson for Brandon Miller or Mitchell Robinson for Mark
no,
Williams?
no,
Right.
no,
Is there a world where you see say Mitchell Robinson for Zachary Resache?
mm, no, no. It's one of those things that not even just that freezy. When you say 7 years, if Mitch was acquiring particular skill sets, Tibbs would give him the opportunity to show it,
Yeah.
but he's not. And like Tibbs is like one of those guys. Like if you show him something enough, he'll let you do it. Like we didn't just show up. Like one day, like Harson didn't just show up throwing up them floaters. It took him taking one or two and it going in, and it probably went in a hell of a lot more in practice
Right.
before it even came to a game. And we talking about a guy 7 years in. Like Tibbs has coached him to do the same exact thing from year one to year 4 or 5 underneath him now. Do the same thing, but be 40 pounds heavier. Not
Right.
not Mitch. A stay on this low block. We'll get you a little dump down, and you could just drop step and lay the hoop in, lay the ball in, because we know you got that move in your bag.
And he put the
Because
weight on so fast. Remember when he first had you so sluggish?
Yeah.
Like, dude, why
He
look,
couldn't
why did
yeah,
jump.
man, it looked
why
like
did they throw all that weight on him all at one time? I'm like, that's not we're talking about balance, power, leverage. That's not necessarily with weight necessarily.
I think
But
they gave up on Mitch ever attaining like a level of skill to
right.
where his utility and like his athleticism would be used more
Right.
offensively. Like if he was more coordinated, like hypothetically speaking, they would get like a lot of times when you see like coordinated bigs around the league, the skilled ones, they'll
Right.
catch the ball off a pin down and go right to the rim.
Right.
And they'll go lay it up. They'll have other moves in their bag. They'll have like a finger roll. They'll have a push shot. They'll have all these things that they can utilize. Mitch will just try to go dunk it every single time from anywhere on the court
Right.
or lay it up from 15 feet away from the rim.
Right.
Like if you have parts added to your game offensively, then it would befit him to not be a big lumbering big. It would befit him offensively or both ways to maintain that athleticism and that fluidity where you can use him in a slashing type of way. Like Derek Lively literally gets the ball, and he gets the opportunity to slash to the rim because he's coordinated. He has some ball handling skills, and he knows what to do around the rim. And if he doesn't have a shot, he can pass. And he can make an athletic move and make a coordinated pass while being an athlete. Like Mitch never really like gained any of those skills, so it would make no point for him to stay small. What is he gonna do? He's gonna slash and then pick up his dribble and then lose the ball because he can't really pass. He can't really
Yeah,
dribble.
yeah, but there was a time where his athleticism was off the charts.
Absolutely.
As far as him going to the rim, I remember seeing that man catch a alley oop 360 against was it Orlando? I think
It was the Mavericks.
I was. What was it? Yeah, was it the Mavericks? I was like,
He caught it
yes,
like he
he
reversed
caught it with. I was like, oh dear God, what the hell is that?
Right.
But that's
Like,
not something that's replicatable. Like
yeah, but
like those were things that
yeah,
like
but
it pops off the paper, right? Next time down, they just keep a man on him, and that lob is gone, and then he's useless for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
yeah, but he could still. Here's the thing. I done seen many a dudes try to stick with the most athletic players, and more times than not, it doesn't work out for them.
Right.
See what I'm
But you
saying?
need a skill set to do that. Like you tell them to stick with Mitch. You tell
And
them
his
to
skill
stick with
set is
Mitch.
what?
They'll make Mitch pick the ball up.
I said
And
it.
then
I said it
after Mitch picks the
earlier.
ball up from 14 feet, what is he doing with it? He's not
He's a
passing.
run jump. He's a run jump athlete.
He's
Yeah,
not
but
So he's
passing.
going.
He's
So
not
he's
doing a
going to the
turnaround
basket.
jumper. He's
yeah,
not
but
doing the drop step to a layup. Like he's not.
yeah, but
He's not doing the
Dre,
upper under. He's not doing nothing
You
with
know.
it.
You,
yeah,
you know.
yeah,
You
but
know. You know what's so messed up about this, Joe? Is the fact that he got a point guard who does he can't find a way to get him the ball in the most
he's
easiest position. Hold on a second. Now we have as much praise as we give. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Jalen Brunson for a lot of things, and I'm not trying to switch the argument. You know what I'm saying? Because said athlete is just an athlete, right? But why is it the fact that Jalen Brunson can't push off with his right hand to throw the oop to him to make it a little bit easier for the man?
Eh,
You know
I'll
what
say
I'm saying?
this. I understand that point because Jalen Brunson is not a great passer. But how much spoon feeding do you need for a 7-year player? You
Son,
you
really
tell you tell
though.
Daniel Gafford Jason Tatum is on him. That man will put him underneath the rim,
All
post him
right,
up,
bro.
a
All
coordinated
right,
post
bro.
up, and get to a hook shot in the finals. We saw it.
All right, bro.
You ask Mitch to attack a mismatch. What's gonna happen?
you gonna fumble the ball out of bounds.
Okay.
Like
That's
I
facts.
understand that point where it's like, okay, you gotta feed Mitch, you gotta make sure, but at some point you can't keep coddling a 7-year play, especially a
You're
big.
right. You're
Mitch,
right.
Mitch
You're
has had the
right.
ball way too many times, and hold on, Corey. Mitch has had the ball way too many times in face up opportunities. I'm not even talking about posting up. I'm talking about face up where he doesn't even look at the rim. He's not even looking at the
He's looking
object
to
of
do
the
a
game.
dribble
Yeah,
handoff
he's going
from
to do a
8
dribble
feet away from the
handoff
rim.
from 8 feet away from the rim. That's madness for a
Hey,
man with that kind of athletic ability.
AD, there was, yo, we were watching the game. What? I can't remember who was there with me, but we watching the game, and we were playing either the Phoenix Suns or Portland. But Yusef Nurkic was guarding Mitch, right? And when Mitch caught the ball on the baseline, Nurkic legit turned his back and walked to the rim. Like, and that was his thing. He did it all game. Like,
He
like
did. He
when,
and Nurkic does that to other bigs too. But
yeah,
yeah, if you
yeah, he
can't shoot,
legit,
that's what he does. He
yeah,
turns his back.
he's like, oh, he ain't doing nothing. Let me,
Like
yo, he left
you know how
that.
insulting that is. That's ridiculous. You're talking about one bounce with his length, striding length. That's catch this yogurt on your back, buddy.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Turning your back on me? Are you bananas?
Nurkic legit. Oh, they ain't nothing but Mitch.
And you
turned
know
his
why he
back.
doesn't do it though, right?
Because he
Because if he
can't.
gets fouled, he's not gonna make the free throw.
Not gonna make the free throw.
Yeah, and that's and I know Nurkic does that to dudes that are not threats, right? But the mere fact that he went into that game knowing you wasn't a threat is disrespectful. Right? He's like, oh, that ain't nothing but Robinson.
That's disrespectful. He ain't gonna do nothing with it.
Yeah. Yeah, he gonna go out there and double team Brunson off the ball just for the sake of making somebody laugh.
Yeah.
That's man. That's bro. Mitch has got to
Oh,
do.
you've been playing too long. You could have accepted that in the first 1, 2, 3 years, not 4, 5, 6 going into 7. No.
And my thing is, like, if you got like a leg injury or whatever, that shouldn't be a deterrent for you to work on your touch. All you gotta do is stand still and throw some hook shots and take some jumpers.
Or AD, you remember when they made Gerald Wilkins sit in a chair? Remember that?
No, he came up with that nonsense himself.
That man
He came
sat
up
in
with
the
that.
chair and worked on putting the bird in the nest. That's
God
what he worked on.
God bless that. God bless that man. That man tried everything under the sun to get a jump shot.
Yeah.
When they did a whole special showing Gerald Wilkins is now sitting in the chair
This
to
is
get
Nick's knowledge, y'all.
to help his arc. To help
This
his
is Nick's knowledge. For those that don't remember that, this is Nick's knowledge.
Oh,
Yeah.
Can you make it to that nonsense? He did that shite himself.
Bro, I don't know. I don't know how. You know what, Dre? You know what? I think my thing is with Mitch. I love him because I love the fact that a second round pick became an NBA starter in the NBA, right?
Yeah.
But I, unlike maybe others, remember this dude was a second round pick, right? Dudes
Doesn't he
generally
go to college?
dudes that are second round picks are second round picks for a reason. Maybe they're not tall enough. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they're still super raw, right? Maybe people don't know enough about them. You know what I'm saying? By the time when you slide into the second round, maybe you have injury concerns.
It was a good pluck
Yeah.
from Perry.
Yeah.
I'll give him and Mills that.
Yeah.
They were able to pluck him, and I think they kind of took advantage of the fact that, because remember, when Mitch first got here, Mitch must have fired like 7 dudes within 6 months.
He had no type of like good guidance at all.
He must have fired dude left, right. You just kept reading.
Agents. Yep.
Changing agents. So, whatever relationship Perry and stuff had with him, he kind of trusted them. Because remember, when he came to the press conference, that man couldn't even speak.
He couldn't even tell. Yeah.
That man had on a 5X suit with a 1X body.
Sitting in a lunchroom. Remember when he got drafted? He was sitting in a high school lunchroom.
That's
That's Legato.
I thought he was back in the 90s. I was like, Mitch, what is? And I said, oh, okay, all right. Nobody ain't groomed him up yet. He couldn't even speak.
Yeah. And Knox had, and ironically, Kevin Knox, the one that didn't pan out, had all the media training.
Yeah,
it's because he was a blue chipper from the jump. Like
From jump, yeah.
It's that thing. Like, God bless the man that Mitch took care of. That apparently that's his trainer.
Yeah.
That old white dude, but he ain't teach that man nothing.
Nothing. They didn't do
that's
his
probably the
thing.
reason why he was in the second round to begin with. Because if he had a real trainer with
Wow.
that athleticism, he would have been in the first round. Matter of fact, he would have been in the league before. Like, he got to us at age 20. He would have been in the league at 19.
Yeah.
The thing was, they wasted between 19 to 20. Whatever was happening with him, they wasted that development.
Working out in the gym.
Yes, because when I saw his high school footage, Mitch was.
You remember Anthony Davis was working out with him?
Yes. Davis was working out with him. Davis gave him the stamp. Davis was like, "Yo, this kid is coming."
Yeah.
And then something happened, and
I think sometimes some guys don't want to be pushed to adjust or adapt. Because if he had the correct trainers, I think loyalty probably got him screwed up. Because that dude, God bless his soul, he ain't no NBA coach. Like he's
No, he's not even a
no.
high school coach. You can tell.
Man,
He
like
probably a high school coach. But AD, you know who that reminds me of? Like the stunted growth. You remember the Mets had a right fielder named Darryl Strawberry? Remember we drafted him #1 in the draft in 1980, and people were like, "This guy might be the future of baseball." Right? He's a guy super fast, super strong, right? Cannon arm, all these different things. But
They call him Joe DiMaggio.
yeah, but what we didn't know about Darryl Strawberry at that time is his personality was one that he didn't like the spotlight. And unfortunately, he was drafted to a city where that's all there is, nowhere to hide. And if you can just taunt him a little bit, you can get under his skin, because ultimately, even though he was probably a Ken Griffey Jr. type before Ken Griffey Jr., right? Supposedly, I'm talking about the talent factor, right? I'm not talking about the career. I'm talking about all the tools, right? He was supposed to be that guy from day one.
He was that guy.
But what I'm saying is I know he had a fine career, and so does Mitch. Mitch has had a fine NBA career. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that he was a bust. What I'm saying is the potential to be Bonds and then wind up not being that is what I'm comparing. Like Mitchell Robinson has all the physical ability in the world to be an elite center, but it's just his personality.
he could have, and he has the tools to be an elite player. Period. Like
Yeah,
he has the physical attribute. Like when he came into the league, he was a 99th percentile athlete.
Yeah.
Point blank. Period.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, look to the. You can't be that talented and not look to the rim. See what I'm saying? You can't be, and that's kind of like where I disagree with you a little bit with the Darryl analogy, because Darryl never not looked to knock it out the park.
Right. No. I know. I get that part. Darryl Strawberry was Darryl Strawberry for his career. I think Darryl Strawberry is probably probably bat about 270, hit you about 28 home runs, get you about 90 RBIs. But that wasn't his expectation, bro. His expectation was 320, 40 home runs and that's what the Mets thought they were getting. But they didn't get that with the #1 pick. Now, was he a great player? Absolutely. Was he an exciting player? Absolutely. But would Darryl Strawberry shrink in moments?
I mean, no.
Yeah.
I mean, because Darryl, remember, when Darryl broke his thumb, I think the 86 season.
You know how he broke his thumb, right?
I can't remember how he broke his thumb. I think he was
allegedly he punched Lisa Strawberry in the face in a hotel room. Allegedly.
Finally. Is that why Lisa was carrying the deuce? Remember they caught her in the airport with the deuce in her bag.
Right, and remember they had the "We Love Each Other" press conference. Darryl sitting up there with the thing.
Like Lisa, and nobody asked her, Lisa, why you got the deuce in your bag?
Allegedly, all this stuff, and I love Darryl Strawberry, right? I love Darryl Strawberry.
No, that was not alleged. She had the gun in the bag.
No. I'm talking about how he broke his thumb.
Oh, yes, but when Darryl came
in the
back,
hotel room in Cincinnati.
If you remember when Darryl came back in like mid-June or something like that, Darryl hits like 20 home runs.
Yep.
Darryl goes on a bananas. Darryl literally carries them, or really helps to carry. Really looking to help to carry them in that regular season to 108 games or something like that. They don't get there without Darryl.
Yeah.
They don't get there without, and he doesn't play the whole season. Darryl goes buck booty bananas.
But Dre, to that point, when everybody else was doing well, Darryl Strawberry would thrive. right? But when those guys left, when those guys graduated and moved on, those guys got older, and Daryl got to that age of 27, 28, 29, and he had to be the man. You didn't.
He hit. They robbed him for the MVP. They gave it to Kirk Gibson. Come on now. I'm not even a Met fan. Come on now.
Bro, you
that will hit 30. That will hit 39 home runs that year.
Yeah.
They robbed him and gave it to Kirk Gibson. And Darryl was like, "This is enough. I'm out of here."
But that had nothing to do with the Mets.
Well, look, they should have been. Look, the general manager at the time, Cashman, right?
Cashin. Yeah.
He knew about the problems that these guys had, and he was giving them short stints in Betty Ford Clinic. They go in there for 3 weeks. They side pieces is coming on the side, giving them what they want. They getting no therapy at all.
Right.
Then they bring them back the way they was and expect that they were going to be better, knowing that by this time they full addicts, and that's just the truth.
But AD, he didn't have to do that. These professional athletes, grown men, are responsible for their own lives. At some point, we all have to grow up, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Facts.
Okay.
I can't disagree with that.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. And so the thing is, in AD, I remember that. And here's the thing. The Mets also had Kevin Mitchell. You remember Kevin Mitchell, number 7, used to play.
And they scapegoated Kevin Mitchell.
And they traded him because they said they blamed him for being the reason why Doc and Daryl had their issues. So they traded him because Kevin Mitchell was from the streets and these dudes was basically from the burbs. Right, like one dude is from Compton, or was he from Los Angeles? He from from LA, right? And Daryl's from LA, and Doc is from Fort Lauderdale, right? But Kevin Mitchell is from these streets in San Diego, and they were like, "Nah, man, we got to get rid of this dude, man. He was a bad impact." But what they didn't realize is the bad impact was not Kevin Mitchell. It was probably more likely Len Dykstra. Right at the time, we didn't know Len Dykstra was that wild during that time. But the point that I'm making about Mitch, though, is you can have all the talent in the world. You can legit be a Anthony Randolph athlete, but if you emotionally or mentally can't put the NBA thing together, then that's not a Knicks issue. Tom Thibodeau made Mitchell Robinson an NBA starter. He got him to a certain point. But at the other point, Mitchell Robinson has to take the baton and do the other stuff himself.
Yes.
I mean, what can you expect? The organization can only do so much. The fact that Mitchell Robinson can't shoot, doesn't have a jump hook at age 27, has nothing to do with Tom Thibodeau, bro. That's all Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah.
The fact that he's yet to have a double season. You see, my wants and desires are so simple. They're so simple. I can't. Why is it what's the name in Atlanta for the last God knows how many years can average a double and Mitch can't get me one?
Capella?
Yes.
Soon come.
He can't shoot free throws, bro.
Okay.
Bro, Core. Capella was doing that by year 2, 3. You can't talk that soon come stuff coming into your 7th year.
Yeah, nah. And I'm not hating on Mitch. I'm just speaking to the topic du jour. Like, you know, Mitchell Robinson is gonna carry the Knicks to the championship. Man, Mitch just gotta be a part.
Corey got hope.
Yeah. Like the ant that moved the rubber tree plant.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not mad at hope because, to be absolutely honest, you need things to fall break your way when you're trying to win a championship. You need 2 or 3 things that are deemed unlikely to fully work out for you, possibly. Like,
You ever seen that movie, The Shawshank Redemption?
Oh
yeah,
yeah, I love that movie.
of course.
Right? There's a scene there
In the laundry
where
room? No, please don't talk about the laundry
no, we ain't talking about the laundry
room. No.
where Red is talking to Andy and he's like, "Yo, what's the name? Brooks gave up hope."
Yeah.
And he's like, "What you talking about? Hope?" And he said, "Yo, hope has no place in here.
Yeah.
Hope would drive a man crazy.
Yeah.
If you don't see no real way out, you know what I'm saying?" And then he flips it on him like, is that what happened to Brooks? Like, you don't spend 50 years of your life with hope.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't go another. If Mitch doesn't do it this year, what are we gonna do? We're gonna come back here at the same time next year, God willing, talking this same thing about Mitch.
Nah, Huck Party have that man job. If Mitch don't improve, I'm this is my hot take for Mitch. If Mitch doesn't improve, like if Mitch, because at some point, relationships break down over waiting. You know how you're in a relationship and you're waiting for something to happen, and then you just wait and wait and wait, and then it never comes, and you lose that word that Anthony D said. You just lose hope, right? At some point this year, if Mitch gets injured, and if Mitch comes back shooting free throws terribly, bro, then I'm telling there will be chance for another guy at some point, right? It's just for give an example, it's like Giants fans and Daniel Jones, right? It's like Giants fans and Daniel Jones, bro. If Daniel Jones don't come out and throw for 3,500 yards, if the Giants don't make the playoffs, bro, they're gonna be moving on, bro, from him. Giants fans are gonna be it's like being a Jets fan, bro. Like it's like being a well, I hate to say Jets fans because they don't never win nothing anyway.
I
But
already done
You
with
putting a
Daniel
rock in the
Jones.
shoe for no reason.
Yo,
no,
I'm already done with Daniel Jones.
yeah,
I'm
yeah. But
I'm done with Daniel Jones.
but Lee, what I'm saying is the thing with Mitch is if the same thing occurs, right? If his Groundhog Day with Mitch, like if Mitch gets injured, right, and a backup comes in and looks like a guy that can walk and chew bubblegum, we're gonna the reason why Hartenstein is a fan favorite is not because he can, because he's Jokic, it's because the guy that was in that place, the placeholder, right, got hurt, provided bad offense, and Hartenstein came in and could walk and chew bubblegum at the same time.
Okay.
And so people are like, yo, you know what? Man, we've been through down this road before. Hartenstein, because when you look at Hartenstein numbers as a starter, Hartenstein was a double-double as a starter. I think during his starts, I think he was like 11 points and 11 points and 11 rebounds or something crazy like that. And we're wondering why we couldn't get that from Mitch.
It's like you don't get that because he hasn't shown that he can do it at any point. Because if he showed it in practice, you would see flashes of it in the game. Like I'm looking in the chat and they were like, we didn't like audio said Hartenstein was one of the best passers. We still didn't allow him to touch the ball. Even at his lowest point in usage, he showed flashes of passing ability. At his lowest. Whenever we've seen Mitch probably in 6 years put the ball on the floor to score maybe 3 times.
Yeah.
And that's because centers weren't ready for him to do it. Like he just took off. And at that point, everyone is already preoccupied with their man.
From what distance?
From like 30 feet away.
Oh.
On the inbounds. You've seen him do it like twice.
Yeah.
Like he's expected to just give the ball back to the guard and he just turns and takes off while the defender isn't prepared.
I saw him do it live in Charlotte.
It's basically like remember when remember when Brunson called for the pick against the Kings, and then he took off on a defender that turned his head?
Yeah.
That's basically the two times Mitch has took the ball off. Like, if the defender is actively guarding him, he's not doing nothing with the ball in his hands.
Yeah, nah.
He ain't doing nothing with the ball in his hands with an active, breathing defender on him unless he's 3 feet in front of the rim where he could just jump over and dunk. Other than that, there's no tact, there's no finesse, there's no putting a move together. He does like you ask Mitch to chain two moves together, he might as well spontaneously combust on the
I'll
spot.
I'll take that.
And
Oh,
so I'm wrong about
I,
Hartenstein. Hartenstein didn't
I'm
mention
not feeling that at all.
Hartenstein was 8.7 points and 9.4 rebounds as a starter. And
yeah.
Hartenstein only averaged 3 assists per game as a starter. And when he was a starter, he played 28 minutes. So I inflated his stats, but I didn't do that intentionally, everybody. So I apologize about that.
3 assists per game.
Yeah, in 28 minutes, that's a lot for a center, right?
Oh yeah, for a center.
Yeah.
Considering he was doing a lot of dribble handoffs, but he wasn't like a focal point. It was a lot of dribble, dribble,
Facilitating.
dribble, dribble, dribble,
Yeah.
dribble. So, but for what he provided in the time, like he was pretty good at it.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where we say 3 assists. That's 3 more assists than Mitch would have gave us.
But they trusted him to make the pass. You
Have you
see,
ever seen Mitch make a good pass in your life?
no, because they don't. He doesn't look up. He doesn't when he's in
Because he
those
doesn't have the
situations.
coordination or the skill set to do it.
Yeah, but when he's in those situations, Dre, you mean
Yeah,
to
you
tell me
see him like even,
you
but
mean to
even
tell
in
me you
like
can't turn and face? You can't turn to face at all?
Nah, he ain't confident enough to do that.
See, and that's the problem. If you can't turn and face, that means you can't see other guys to pass to.
but
That means you're only
it makes me
limited to
wonder
that
what
side of the court.
it makes me wonder what he works on in the offseason.
It's bananas. I'm like, yo, why are we even look? I just want him to be Mitch and just be there to be Mitch. That's it.
But sometimes just being Mitch doesn't solve enough
No, but
on the
see,
game to game.
now we're gonna confuse things.
Yeah.
See, now we're gonna confuse things. I'm not asking Mitch to fade to 3. I'm not
Oh
asking Mitch to
no,
fade for 5. I'm not even asking Mitch to fade for 10.
just look. You get the ball capitalized when you have opportunities. Like
Period. Point blank.
like
Period.
like like we watched Daniel Gafford. His offensive game is not the deepest bag in the league, but if he gets the ball within 8 feet, he'll hit you with a drop step or he'll hit you with a hook shot. That's it.
He
And
has something.
especially if you have a mismatch on you, you should be able to just go to whatever move with force, and that's all you need. But he doesn't even have that. He'll
He
just
has
fumble the
he
ball.
has he has something. You can't be afraid. You can't be afraid to 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 look at the rim. That's bananas to me. Unless you're 3 feet away, that's
For
come
an
on.
NBA center in 2024, you can't do that.
And Daniel
Like
Gafford is
stuff like
undersized.
that, Freezy, stuff like that will hinder him getting his next contract.
Oh, the next contract.
Yeah, like I'm gonna keep it real with you. He ain't touching the contract making 8 figures if he's the exact same person he is right now.
No, no, no.
Teams are gonna be
And
like, you teams when he hits the open market, he'll be like 28, 29. And teams will be like, you've been the exact same person for 8 years.
you're Andre
Why should
Drummond,
we
bro.
pay you
You're
more?
not even Andre Drummond.
Andre
Give
Drummond
you
at
this
least stays healthy.
We'll give you this 3-year, $10 million deal. Take it or leave it.
Yeah.
And that's in an era where everybody getting the bag.
Yeah. But if you have a modicum of skill, that's when you get the bag. But when you pushing 30 and you haven't shown much growth,
And you injury prone,
what bag is there to be had?
there is none.
They ain't paying you for potential at that point.
No.
They're paying you for what they already know what you are. Like when we paid Mitch, we paid him off of potential.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, and it's sad to say, but that's where we are with it.
Question: has he been worth the contract?
I'd say so.
No, I'm not saying no.
Well, no, because he's been hurt so often. I mean, would you have paid him for just that one Cavs series?
Well, the way I'm looking at it, Dre, is if he was a free agent, would I pay him $14 million?
No.
Yeah.
Not at that. Not if I know that he's this injury prone. No.
Not if we know everything about Mitch, and when I pay him $14 million, I probably
When you
wouldn't.
injury prone and you haven't done X, Y, and Z, this is when you get told to be in a prove it deal.
Yeah,
That's literally what happens.
yeah, yeah.
And you know what?
When you have talent, yeah, then they tell you to prove it at that point. What's up,
I'm
Ron?
cool. I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm cool with everybody's opinion, but I promise you, when we go to the championship this year, it's gonna be because of Mitchell Robinson.
Ah, he can be a part of it. I'm not gonna say because of
And
it.
he triples down on the Mitch.
It's hard to say because of Mitchell Robinson. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think any guy in the league can say that while averaging 7 points or six
I
points
know,
for a career.
I know,
So
I know, I know. I got you.
he may be a key cog in a particular series, but
Yeah.
at no point will he have the impact of Brunson or Randall or McCall or OG. Just the way the league is set up
Hmm.
in terms of consistency, series over series.
I think when we see small ball one time, everybody's opinion is going to change on Mitch. When
We're
we
gonna be
see
yeah.
when we see our five, whoever the small ball five is, go to the lane one time and dunk off 2 feet, the whole Mitchell Robinson conversation is going to change.
Facts.
It's like,
All it's
oh
going to
my
take is
God,
all.
there's
Yeah,
spacing like this.
bro. All it's going to take is whoever our small ball five. All that's going to happen is that small ball five to hit a straight ahead, straight on three from top of the key, and the whole conversation about Mitch is going to change.
This is funny, but okay.
It's unfortunately like sometimes you got to work smarter, not harder,
Right.
in
Okay.
some occasions. And like whatever iteration of a quote unquote death lineup is, you'll see a guy do one pump fake from three and have a wide open lane, and then
Yeah.
you'll just be like, "Why is there no help coming?"
Mm,
Because everyone on the court is a threat. That's
Right.
why
mm.
it, uh, you'll see probably. Unfortunately, there's a trade off for these things, but if you don't think Randall and Brunson don't like want to see an empty paint at some point, you think they want to take like tough contested mid range jumpers all game, like the entire game, because they can't get right to the rim because a double team is coming, probably from Mitch's man.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
And you're not fading him out the lane because why? You need his offensive rebounding tenacity.
Right.
See, here's now the trade. You need him to be the animal under the rim to get the rebound for the second chance.
But
Hey,
that's
hey,
what
hey,
Thank
hey,
you.
I
versatility
would
is
I would
for.
agree with you on that. I would agree with you on that, but my thing is you don't know what you're missing until you know it's missing, right? The reason what I'm saying is we feel like we need offensive rebounding because we miss a lot, right? But if we don't miss a lot, right? If guys are now getting dunks at the rim, what do you need an offensive rebounder for? Cats don't miss dunks in the NBA like that.
Oh man,
Offensive
please.
rebounding
But
is
Freezy,
only as important as if you're a terrible shooting team.
Freezy, how many guys on the Knicks currently right now is shooting 50%?
Zero.
Nobody.
Okay,
It's because
okay.
we have a big that's clogging the paint.
Even if you didn't have the big, Freezy, in today's game is volume, right? The Knicks efficiency comes more so of when Randall is going on the inside, when
Mm.
Brunson is going on the inside. That's where their efficiency comes in.
I get it, AD, but what I'm saying to you is, for all the guys that are great scorers in the league, they don't have a dude clogging the paint, bro. SGA ain't got a dude clogging the paint. Luka doesn't have a dude clogging the paint. Steph doesn't have a dude clogging the paint. Jason Tatum doesn't have a dude clogging the paint. Right? They don't have
Giannis,
these dude. They have like these runways where they can get easy shots at the rim. That's what gets their shot percentage at.
it's like it's less about beating one man. It's about the help. Like you
Right.
can, like like we've already seen Randall and Brunson destroy one-on-one coverage. Now imagine there's no backline help. Now what?
And you
Like
need
like
backline
like like
help.
a lot of the bumps and bruises Brunson and Randall take over the course of the game is because they're not getting easy shots at all. Their two pointers are probably the hardest worked for twos in the entire league from star players.
Yeah,
Yep.
but they're not built to have backline help.
But it's an 82 game season. You can't just be out here trying to make these guys crash dummies all season and then expect them to be fresh in the playoffs. There's a
Yo,
reason
this
why Tatum and the Boston boys looked real fresh the entire playoff run.
Their
And
depth.
they had depth, but all their bigs shoot. All of them. Every last one of their bigs is a viable offensive threat from 15 feet out.
I get it, but that's not what we have.
We have
thank you.
versatility now.
Yes, but here's the thing: you can talk that versatility stuff all you want until you start seeing when you have a real offensive player going at. Let's look at the Indiana series, right? When OG was healthy, right? Do you remember Big Brother taking him to the woodshed over and over and over again on that high post?
And we would have won that series without
No,
Mitch
no,
if
no.
OG was
But
healthy.
don't. But do you not remember that? And who was your best defender on the team?
OG.
Mm.
Okay,
And
and he
even
was
with
but
that, we would
and he
and
was
even
what?
with that,
Okay,
we would have won. So like Mitch doesn't solve all of our issues.
he doesn't solve all of your issues, but against a
He
team like
solved
that,
one issue.
against that team right there that lacked really interior toughness, Mitch could have had a field day. Mitch could
And
have had a
then
field day.
and then when we go on the other end, and then they decide to have one of the best rim protectors in the league play drop the entire time because he doesn't have to honor Mitch. And then Brunson is running into the paint trying to figure out how to score without other offensive options on the court.
And
Then
and
we
and
wondering why we struggling. All
Dre,
right,
you
man.
know what one of the things I think is missing from this conversation? One of the things missing from this conversation is the offensive center or the defensive center that's guarding Mitch can rest on defense against Mitch and give you all offense all game. It's one of
Yeah,
those things.
he's
These
just
dudes don't
floating
even.
around on defense, and then he can come down and have fresh legs and hit a bunch of jumpers.
Yep,
Now what?
yep, yep.
It's like I understand the value of there's inherent value for Mitch because he's the best offensive rebounder in basketball and one of the best rim protectors. But I wouldn't take like if Mitch was physically able to play 48 minutes a night, I still wouldn't take 48 minutes of Mitch.
Right.
Like if Mitch was a pristine bill of health and he could play 48 minutes a night, I would still pivot to use my versatility because Mitch does not answer everything.
Right.
That Mitch does not answer everything that takes to win at the highest level. He can help
And
you win sometimes. He can be a key cog in some games, but everything he does is not essential.
right. And Dre, and there were 12 NBA players, 12 of them that averaged double digit rebounds, right? Mitchell Robinson wasn't one of them. And of those 12 NBA players that averaged double digit rebounds, one, two, three of them didn't play 30 minutes a game. Right? What are we talking about? Like with Mitchell Robinson? I honestly, and then okay, so I'm looking at the block leaders from last year. Right? And this is blocks per game. Mitchell Robinson is not in the top, and this is per game. Mitchell Robinson is not in the top. I'm still looking for Mitch. Mitch is
I'll say this though to that point. Uh, like raw block numbers is okay. Like it sometimes is hit or miss, but like last year, teams shot like Mitchell Robinson had his worst rim protection year in terms of field goal percentage. Like they were scoring on him at the rim better
yeah.
than at any point in his career. Which maybe it'll normalize a little bit more when you have better defenders around him. But I don't like that teams were shooting at a better clip against him last year at the rim than any point in his career. I don't like that.
Right. Precious Achua averaged more blocks a game than Mitch.
Well, I did ask the question: is he worth the contract? One
And no,
said yes, one said no.
and no disrespect to Mitch, but I think we may be a smidge overvaluing who Mitch is. Right? Yeah. Listen, man, I'm a Knicks fan. We've been waiting on this dude for 6 years, bro. 6 years. We've been waiting on this dude, bro. If he ain't did it by now, bro, he ain't coming. Right? At some point, man, you just got to do it or get off the pot, bro. 6 full NBA seasons, and he made it, bro. He a second round pick. He had. Man, listen, we thought he had a low floor but high upside. Come to find out, he's got a high floor and limited upside, bro. We were wrong.
Yeah,
And it's okay. It's okay being wrong. Mitch is a solid NBA player. He's not a key bro. I would trade Mitchell Robinson right now for Walker Kessler straight up.
absolutely.
Wouldn't even bat an eyelash.
I wouldn't bat an eye. I wouldn't bat an eye. Walker Kessler right now. Let's go.
Bro, that's
Let's go.
Dre, would you trade Mitchell Robinson for Kristaps Porzingis right now?
Yes.
Money aside?
Yeah. That goes without even thinking.
They're both injury prone, right?
But one
They're both
presents a skill set. So it's like one presents a skill set that will only make your two best players even better. Like everything that we like talk about, like for better or worse, it's about making Randall and Brunson's life easier.
Right.
If you had KP right now instead of Mitch, you're a 60 to 65 winning team right now.
What up with ease?
Coasting in the regular season. You're a 60 to 65. You're probably more like 63 to 65. Yeah, absolutely.
The Celtics literally coasted because they added him.
Yeah, you could really do and camouflage and just work with him and his injuries when he can play because he's dominant with what you want to do. That's the thing. You know, the types of guys like Mitch, eventually they're going to become obsolete because as you're watching in these NBA drafts, they're drafting everything big and flexible out of Europe.
Right.
Or even if they're American, they're fluid. Like they do multiple things. Like you can't like the idea of like a Mitch type player getting drafted at the top of a first round is never gonna happen ever again.
No,
No, I think that ship is sailed.
no, that ship is gone.
Like the idea of talking about tools don't even matter as much anymore because you need physical tools don't matter as much anymore because you need the skill to go with it now.
Yeah.
Like we just saw this Cooper kid, 17 years old, playing against Team USA,
Yeah.
and he's what 6'10",
Yeah.
skilled as hell. That's the norm now for guys going first round, like high first round or in the lottery. You're not going like you're not. There's no drafting for physical tools anymore if it doesn't
No,
come with a modicum of skill.
because in truth, you really want Mitch off your bench.
Like, just change up.
Yeah.
You
Hey,
really want Mitch off your bench.
and the thing about it is you need in basketball, bro. AD, you remember when cartoons used to come on in the afternoons? Remember afternoon cartoons?
Absolutely.
And you remember some cartoons made it and some cartoons didn't. Like I don't think people remember Thunder the Barbarian, right? But they
No, those are the Hanna-Barbera days.
yeah
Yeah. Come on, man.
So and so
Space Ghost in them.
yeah, bro, you may not remember all of them like that, but you do remember team hero cartoons. Like you remember Voltron when
Yes.
5 dudes came together and formed one unit and defeated the bad guy, bro. That's the type scenario. Like we're not bashing Mitch, bro. We're saying in order for our Voltron to be a dominant feature, you need form arms and legs, form legs and whatever, and I'll form the head. That's what you need, right? That's what you need. If you got one dude that's like is stopping Voltron from forming, bro, we got to have the conversation. Like the name of the He-Man show was not He-Man, it was He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
He-Man, the Masters of the Universe.
You know what I'm saying? Like the cartoon and the cartoon in the episode, the dude put the sword in the air. It wasn't called the Lionel Show. It was called Thundercats. It was a team, bro. And so when one piece is a bizarre fit, it throws everything off. And I'm not saying Mitch is bizarre. What I'm saying is in today's NBA, a dude that can't shoot outside of 2 feet, right? That's going to clog the paint, stops your Voltron from forming.
Those guys don't even close games.
Right. That's all I'm saying about Mitch. I'm not saying that he's a bad person, a bad NBA player. I value Mitch and I value his time here. I want Mitch to retire as a Knick. I don't want him to retire as a starter.
No,
that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that Mitch is a bad guy. I'm not saying none of that. I'm not saying that I don't appreciate Mitch. What I'm saying is it was cool when we were a lottery team trying to find our way. Right?
Yes, it's not cool anymore.
But now that we're a championship contender, bro, we can't have these kind of issues, man. Because when you're a little hero, you're fighting little villains, bro. But when you're a big hero, you fighting big villains, man.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you Spider-Man, you fighting Rhino somewhere in Manhattan. It's all good. That fight gonna happen in a 6-block radius. But when you fighting Thanos, bro, you need the Avengers.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying about Mitch. I'm not saying that he a bad guy, and if Mitch people watching, don't DM me. Mitch, if your people watching, bro, don't call me out on social media. Don't be mad. What I'm saying is
don't take it personal.
I want to know who in the hell is Thanos? Out west.
The Boston Celtics, bro. They the champ. They in our division.
Point blank period.
I'm good on them. I'm good on them.
They the champs, bro. They got something the Knicks don't have.
And if you remember, KP gave it to Mitch last year.
Oh my God,
Oh.
there was nothing he could do. That's what I was like. When you talking about like teams with like shooting bigs, historically
he gave it to
struggled.
that man. Mm-mm.
But
Like
you
when we go
don't
against
know.
the Bucks and Brook Lopez wasn't washed, he was destroyed.
Yeah, yeah. And no disrespect to Mitch, but you don't know how good Brunson and Randall's tandem can be if the paint's not clogged. If Randall had an unclogged paint, bro, if Brunson had you see Brunson in the Brunson burner, and as soon as he get into the Brunson burner, bro, the dude just automatically leave Mitch with his hands up so Brunson can't pass it away, and then Brunson have to pull the ball back out to the perimeter and rotate it back to the weak side and hope to get a three from it.
Brunson and Randall would shoot 52, 53, 54%
Yeah, but
together
you
with
still
an empty paint.
need. They play a screen game, guys.
I'm not
They
saying you
they
don't
play
need
us.
Mitch at
You
all.
still need the screen. You still
I'm
because you still want the mismatch.
I'm not saying there is no use for Mitch, but I said it earlier, like if Mitch could physically play 48 minutes, I still wouldn't play him 48 minutes.
No, I would not.
No.
I would not. That's for damn sure. I know
That's
that.
that's
I'm
what I
not
mean.
playing him. No.
Like having the versatility still means a lot to me. So like I'm not dumping Mitch to just dump him off the team. But if there's if there's something presented for me to pick up and make my team better,
I
I'll
make
get
that.
right. Like
I make that Walker
Mitch could
Kessler
very
every
well
day of
be
the
our
week.
Robert Williams, and we don't know it. He could be our Robert Williams right now. That the Boston Celtics paid, kept him for a few years, but realized he's just gonna stay injured. And while he does play, when he does play, he's amongst the most impactful bigs.
Yep.
But you can't rely on amongst. You can't rely on if he's playing or not.
Yeah, because it's too short of a sample.
It ain't
It's
even too short of a
it's too
sample. I
small.
think he had a good sample size, but it's like at some point you got to go for the trump card.
Not for when you need it.
Yeah, yeah, got you.
That's what I'm saying. For when you need it, I'm not talking about like his overall time there.
Oh, okay, got you.
Williams got the contract. Williams got the contract long before Mitch,
He got it the year before.
right? So like, yo, he had all the skill in the world.
He could pass.
Absolutely.
He could put the ball on the floor a little bit. Had a couple moves.
And they had to come. They slowly came to their conclusions. You know what? This is not going to work with him.
Yeah,
It's
it
just
ain't
not.
take him 7 years though.
No, it did not.
But what they realized is, I think what the Knicks are realizing is as much as you value defense, wing defense nowadays is more important than rim protection because most NBA teams hunt for the three-pointer. We're in a three-point era. We're not in a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar era, or we're not in the early 2000s Vince Carter, Richard Jefferson slashing to the rim era, Tracy McGrady, Kobe slashing to the rim. We're not in those eras no more. We're in an era where the number one pick from last year's draft is 7'5", can dribble and shoot threes. And if you have a center that's the conventional 7-foot strong, semi-athletic guy that blocks shots around the rim but provides nothing else, you're outdated. How we're talking about the Mitchell Robinson love affair, and man, Victor Wembanyama looks like he's going to be the league MVP for 6 straight seasons in a couple years.
You want to know how we know he's outdated, Freezy? We could have just signed a center just like Mitch, but we didn't.
Right.
Clearly, we're looking for a particular type of center, probably a skilled one.
Yeah.
Or some with some skill.
Yeah.
Because we could easily just go out there and sign a center that's big and athletic with no offensive skill. No, what's Norvell Pell doing?
They could have signed. They could have signed Drummond.
And Norvell Pell is busy. Norvell Pell is busy being a rock in my shoe.
We could have
right now.
We could have gave Drummond that taxpayers MLE,
Yeah,
but we didn't.
Yeah,
because he would be basically like having Mitch, but with worse defense.
Yeah. Yeah. And so you don't know how legit, you don't know how great Julius Randle can be or Jalen Brunson or bro. Did you see how good OG Ananobi's offense looked with Mitchell Robinson out and then looked
Oh
at it
my god,
when Mitch came back?
when he could just because remember, OG's not the most skillful player, but if you
No.
ask him to beat just one person, he could do that all day.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
ask him to beat one person, he'll play bully ball, muscle through, step through, get to the rim. The problem a lot comes in is when you ask these guys to beat more than one person. Like at some point, like yo, like when Freezy was talking about like we might average 125, we probably average that if we saw Randall and OG line minutes together for like maybe 12 minutes out of a game,
Right.
6 in each half.
Yeah. Yeah. And then too, one of the other things that we don't mention, and I hate that we never get to it because we kind of gravitate to the similar topic all the time. One of the things that we don't talk about is OG Ananobi is probably, I'm gonna say, because I'm a Knicks fan, I'm gonna say OG Ananobi is the best off-ball small forward in the NBA. Right? I know Pete fans of other teams are gonna disagree. Right? But nobody 45 cuts like OG Ananobi. Nobody sells it like OG Ananobi. OG Ananobi's OG Ananobi's off ball cut, the 45 cut is like watching Torrey Holt run a square in or Randy Moss run the deep fade route. Right?
Mhm.
Like legit one guy does it better than everybody else, but is neutralized when there's a guy in the paint clogging up the paint. And like,
Yeah,
and legit, there's nobody off the 45 pull up better than Mikal Bridges in the NBA. Nobody, nobody, right? Nobody cuts off the 45-degree angle like Mikal Bridges. Nobody, right? Maybe DeMar DeRozan and Brandon Ingram, um, um, pulling up off the 45 cut. Maybe DeRozan, maybe Brandon Ingram, right? But all of that is neutralized when you got a dude in the paint, right? That's the reason why New Orleans is trying to get dudes out of there so they can't clog the paint for Zion and Brandon Ingram and others. If you have a dude that's going to clog the paint, it's like clogging up the drain, right? You got too much stuff going on. The thing with Mitch is all if Mitch had a 6 foot jump shot, bro, just a 6 foot push shot, our whole universe changes. But he don't.
mm,
He don't. He don't even have a spot. You know how AD. You remember how your coach used to say, "Okay, you can't shoot, so just work on one spot on the floor where you can get comfortable and shoot that." You remember Bill Winnington?
Right.
Bill Cartwright could shoot that 15-footer off the base. They couldn't shoot it nowhere else. But if you gave him that 15-footer off the baseline on either side, it's money. Mitch don't have that, bro. And so
He has nothing.
yeah, so Bill Winnington can do that. That opened up the lane for Mike and Scotty. Just those little creases. That's what I'm saying. Like the thing is, OG Ananobi relocates using a 45 cut better than anybody in the NBA. And if you don't believe me, just watch film of offense. Like when we say when we say the screen game is going to be in every offense that you see, right? The screen, whether it's a back screen, whether it's a pick for somebody coming through, whether it's an on-ball screen, whether it's a ghost screen, that's going to be a part of offenses. You need that, right? You need that in motion type offenses,
Absolutely.
right? But the thing is, those are not effective when the screener is not an effective offensive player. Like if he just screens and then he's out of the play, once the defense rotates, because the defense will rotate, that's their job. Once they rotate, they're going to rotate a non-defender onto Mitch, which and you could see Trey Young standing by Mitchell Robinson, and what's gonna happen?
Yeah, but that's where you gotta. We see the if it's to that extreme, Freezy, that's on the Knicks because you cannot just not use his athletic ability. You have to have him go to the
Thank
rim.
you.
You have to have him go to the rim.
And
You
that's where he's
cannot.
gonna go.
You just can't
I,
not. You
I
just
wish
can't
you
just
would
have him.
put Trey Young
I
on
wish
him.
you would put Trey Young on. I wish you would put Trey. What?
Bro,
I'm
Trey
taking you
Young
to
would
the
just
whole.
foul him.
I am
Trey
taking you
Young would
to.
just foul him
Where,
and,
where you
and
know
run
what?
down and foul him and make him
Yes,
shoot free
yes.
throws.
You better hope you can foul me when I extend and I dunk this on your head. I wish you would put Trey Young on Mitch. That's madness. What are
but
we talking about?
I think you missed my point though. My point is not the Mitchell Robinson Trey Young matchup on this side of the floor, right? Because if you do that on one side of the floor, are you gonna gamble that, or are you gonna gamble that Jalen Brunson can beat Clint Capella on the other side of the floor? Right? I'm going with Jalen Brunson beating Clint Capella off the dribble with no rim protection.
The
I'm
odds
not
of you getting two
gambling on Mitchell
points,
Robinson getting lucky.
the odds of you
Mm.
getting 2 points is probably higher. Jalen Brunson taking a mid-range shot is a higher chance of you getting 2 points than Mitch underneath the rim with a small under him that can foul him.
But Mitch ain't. But the thing is, Mitch is not going to get to the rim, right? Because the thing is, even if Trey Young rotates, even if Steph Curry rotates, even if Damian Lillard rotates, right? The passer is being guarded by a taller man that's preventing the pass.
Yeah.
These are the things that I'm talking about. Like in
The
basketball,
entry pass is going to be harder to get off.
yeah. It's now Jalen Brunson is going to be guarded by Clint Capella. And do you want Mitchell Robinson? Do you want Jalen Brunson dribble to try to get the ball to Mitch and hope he make it down low, or just have that man just absolutely destroy Clint Capella off the dribble and get his shot?
It's
Yeah, but you're not. See, you're you're relying that necessarily that's how the other team's defense is going to always come at you. That's not necessarily the case. You
No, I
want
didn't say no. I didn't. AD, I didn't say that. I said in a scenario where
in a
they have,
okay in a certain scenario.
yeah.
Okay,
I specified that at the very beginning.
look,
That,
I've
that
seen I've seen Rudy Gobert, who's won what multiple defensive players of the year in the playoffs, get taken out of the game. Right? I've seen them do that with Utah. They did that with him like multiple times out of the game, and he was
those
defensive
are
player of the year.
AD. That's the point that I'm getting at. The point that I'm getting at is in that switch where Rudy Gobert goes out on Steph Curry. Steph Curry puts that man on roller skates.
but
Right
you
now,
notice
but
you
in that
said
scenario, but hold on, Dre, let me just say this.
okay.
In that scenario, do you look for Kevon Looney being guarded by Donovan Mitchell in that scenario? No, you don't. You don't look for Kevon Looney being guarded by Donovan Mitchell in that scenario. You just have Steph Curry absolutely destroy Rudy Gobert.
But here's the thing to that point. When you mentioned Gobert against the Mavericks, you know the Mavericks had a center out there that was shooting threes, right? That man would send picks to get Gobert on the island, and then he would space, and then Brunson would literally have whatever he wanted.
Right? No, I was talking about the
No,
Steph
no, I'm
Curry
talking to
versus.
AD. Like
Oh, okay.
the whole point, like that goes right back to Mitch's lack of skill set.
Either way, he's not going to win a post up against a smaller guy, and he's not going to shoot a wide open three. He's not going to do either.
Yeah, as opposed to someone that may possess that particular skill set.
Yeah, yeah. In the Utah Golden State scenario I was mentioning, though, when Rudy Gobert goes out on Steph in a switch, that man ain't looking for no dump down to Kevon Looney being guarded by Donovan
No,
Mitchell.
man, he trying to spin that man around like a top.
Yeah. We don't have time for that, bro. We ain't got time for Mitch to all of a sudden look into his Olajuwon bag against a small. No, we ain't. No, yeah, teams ain't doing that, bro.
We
If
we at this point we would take our chances with a step back Brunson three before an entry pass to Mitch on a small play. Like
right,
it's just like it would be more feasible if Mitch like was a reliable post up player. Like Like when you mention like guys like Mitch in that particular scenario that you're talking about, unless he's directly at the rim, that entry pass better lead him right in front of the rim.
Right.
And at that point, you're risking a turnover because you're asking him to toss a pinpoint pass over a 7-footer to Mitch, a guy that's not necessarily the most fleet of foot at this point or has the best hands. So unless you take, and then at that point, if you're going to make a safe entry pass, then Mitch is not even close enough to be in scoring position. A safe entry pass to Mitch in that position would be him getting the ball 8 to 10 feet away from the rim off a dump down, and then what? Help will come before then. They'll foul him,
Right.
and he's shooting 2 free throws.
Yeah.
And then what? Is he going to make one or
If,
two?
if Mitch shot 70% from the free throw line, we wouldn't even be having this conversation, bro.
100%. If matter of fact, Freezy, if
Facts.
you remember that one year we had Tyson Chandler, and he shot like 70% from the free throw line, even though he offered nothing else on
Yep.
offense.
Yep.
And we won 54 games with just that.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
You don't need nothing crazy. You just need to have the ability to be a functional part of an offense. But that shooting 40% from the free throw line stuff,
Yeah,
no, you can't.
Yeah, but
you can't
Tyson
do that.
also looked to the rim. Mitch doesn't look to the rim.
But was Tyson wasn't doing no moves. He was
Yeah.
trying to dunk or lay it up. He wasn't doing no moves.
Yeah, but he's still looking to the rim. You think what's her name could turn his back on Tyson Chandler? You think Nurkic could turn his back on Tyson Chandler? Tyson Chandler's going dunking on his back.
Yep.
I thought he was going to drop it on his head.
Right.
Like, you cannot turn away. That's my one thing with Mitch. You cannot turn away from the rim, even if you miss. So what? Take a shot.
Yeah, like if you don't take a shot, that lets me know you're not even working on your game.
Yes. And you can't keep putting out these little cryptic messages that you tweet out like a little kid.
And you know it's funny.
One day you'll see my true value, my true game. Like,
and
come
you
on.
know what's funny about this? Jericho Sims is probably showing more functional NBA training, like in his videos, than Mitch has ever shown. You see Mitch and he's doing like step back threes, shooting three. Why are you even shooting 3-pointers?
Over a dude 5'9".
Like, you're not even gonna bring that to a game.
I just want to teach you one time. Do it one time in the game. I guarantee you, the entire guard room would get up and give him a rounding applause. Just once.
Not if it missed. Not if it was an air ball.
Even if it missed, we would all be like, "Oh my God! Did you see Mitch took that shot?"
If Mitch shot a 3, I'm getting drunk that night, bro. I don't even care if it's a UFO.
I don't even care. I don't even care. I don't even care.
And I don't even drink.
I don't even care if you kill
They never even took a
I don't care.
late shot clock 3 in his career.
I don't care. I don't care if he killed the first 10 rows behind the stanchion. I don't care. Just once. Just once.
Yeah.
No matter.
Yeah, man. The thing is, if Mitch does come back, now we said all of that. We've been talking about Mitch for 2 hours, right?
Yes, we have.
So if Mitch comes back with something in his bag to dispel everything that we're talking about, I think you absolutely see somebody on the Knicks have a breakout season, right? I can absolutely see Jalen Brunson shoot 52% from the floor, and maybe even Randall shooting 50%.
If he came back with something in his bag, that would be Mitch having the breakout season.
Yep.
Look, the man, before he got hurt last year, he looked very good.
Defensively, he looked like he if you were to extrapolate that, like, what was it, 15 games over the course of 65 games, you're talking about first team defense, maybe some defensive player of the year votes.
Yeah, he was absolutely a monster on the other side of the. I mean, he was just. That's all I'm asking from Mitch. That's it. So I just want that.
We needed him to be a monster at that point
Yes.
because of the
Yes.
roster composition. We don't even need him to be a monster right now.
Bro, what I'm looking at the field goal
You don't
percentage.
need him against Embiid,
You don't play Embiid every night, AD.
No,
but
You
you
play him 4 times a year.
but the road does pave through Philly, does it not? Possible?
It's possible, but we don't know that.
Okay. Okay.
Dre, stop lying to yourself, bro.
What do you mean? You said the road.
Bro,
You could have told the Celtics the road was going to go through whoever,
I didn't. Yo,
and did it look like it?
this
No.
speed bumps happen where they happen, and that's the point. Yo, if we did not have Mitch, we would have not. Yo, They would have been
I'm
7 games of hell.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I saw what happened in the fourth quarter when we had Precious Achiuwa and OG on him and on Embiid. What happened?
Man, you know what,
Yeah,
Did
man?
but that
That's
yeah, but
cool.
that's not sustainable. And Embiid on one leg will still average 35.
Embiid historically has always failed in the fourth quarter anyway, so you don't even need Mitch at that point.
Oh man, come on, man. Stop
Not
playing.
in the fourth quarter of games. He always runs out of gas. That man don't take his body seriously.
Wow.
but
Okay,
let me,
with that we know.
y'all know the Knicks last year had a similar field goal percentage to the Detroit Pistons.
That's terrible.
Yeah, 46.5 for the Knicks, 46.3 for the Pistons.
Trash. And the best teams in the league are pushing 50%.
Yep.
Yeah, but you got to chalk that up to. Remember, you missed Randall. So you got to chalk. If Randall's there,
But
you're
even
a
when we
lot.
did have
You're a
Randall,
lot better. Your shooting percentage is a lot better. Who you want shooting, Randall or Precious?
even if we had Randall though, we weren't a good shooting team. Period. Like we could point to years before. Now that we acquired McCall and OG, and those are guys that are super beneficial. But we had RJ Barrett shooting threes and Quentin Grimes coming and going. Like like the offensive rebound was part of our design. We have
Yes.
adequate talent where offensive rebounding is not that important anymore.
Right.
We got guys up and down the lineup that shoots the three ball at a high clip.
Yep.
If we're relying on offensive rebounding to win us a whole bunch of games, that means our offense isn't doing what it's supposed to be doing. Not with the talent that we acquired.
You you, you do know that's still 40%, right?
40% from what, three?
From three. You do know that, right? You do know the best
We're
teams
shooting
shoot
40%
40%.
from three now.
Okay.
But it wasn't always the case.
So how much better you think you're gonna get from three? You're gonna shoot 45%?
Well, we didn't shoot 40% from three
No,
last year.
the Knicks shot 36.9.
We
Okay.
didn't shoot 40% from three. The best
Yeah.
teams in the league
So
shot
not
40%
so
from
not
three,
so
but we
not
didn't.
even 40. So there's so you know what? There is a purpose for offensive rebounding. You only shot
Well,
36%.
if we put in more shooters on the court, hypothetically speaking, that would just be more open shots,
Yeah,
easier shots.
and shot quality, right? Because
Like
every shot doesn't have the same quality.
like we were heavily relying on Dante shooting heavily contested 3-point shots.
An example of that is um, um, Garrett Wilson, right? Who's going to get better targets? You know what I'm saying, over the course of a season.
Why must you
Last season,
always go to
Garrett Wilson with some random dude playing quarterback, even though he
like,
got a lot of targets, or say somebody who had Jordan Love at quarterback and had less targets. You would go to Jordan Love route, right? Just because you get a lot of opportunities don't mean you get great opportunities. And that's the thing with Randall and Brunson. The whole point of this conversation is their shot quality is not the best because we don't put him in the best situation, not because the coach can't coach, because he's probably a Hall of Fame level coach, but it's because the personnel on the floor, we value something that doesn't need to be valued. Like we're putting emphasis on individual defense in an era where teams are shooting over the top of defenses. Right? We're like, yo, we need rim protection in an era where teams are shooting more 3-pointers than ever.
Yeah, but there's still a place for it.
Yeah, there's still a place for it. But what I'm saying, AD, is it important?
Yes.
No, man. It ain't.
Because the game,
there's a
because
place
the game,
for it,
the game boils down. The game boils down. Let's remember something.
Yeah, to the rim. To the rim.
If LeBron doesn't come out of nowhere to block an AI shot, are we having this conversation?
That's not rim protection. That's him doing a takedown block.
Hold on. But where was what's his name going? Was he not going to the rim? Was he not protecting his rim?
That was in
Mitch Robinson is
transition.
not
Say no,
chasing down nobody.
say no more, OG.
But that's still
Get him,
defense.
Esquire.
Mitch Robinson is not chasing down nobody to block.
Yeah, but that's still
lunacy.
He has not been. First of all,
okay.
Mitch
AD,
had the capability
I got the flip side to that. So the flip side to that is I saw Shaquille O'Neal from New Jersey get double teamed off the rip and absolutely laser beamed the 3-pointer off the backboard. I saw Shaq do that. That's my joke. When you ever see Shaq hit a 3, you know your game is over, right? So for every chase down and transition block or whatever thing, rim protection, the opposite of that is a non-3-point shooter historically shooting threes, right? And Mitch ain't even that. What I'm saying is the dude has in today's NBA, the NBA is telling you that guys like Mitchell Robinson are not valued as much as guys like Victor Wembanyama.
And that's I agreed, but it's still a place for it. Like I said, remember when Houston got rid of Capella because they wanted to open up the lane, they wanted more Harden, more Westbrook all day, and they thought that they could go small all day long. They thought that they could put a 6'5" PJ Brown at center. PJ Tucker, and he got his lunch handed to him.
Well, no, wrong. First off, it was dominant, and then COVID happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Westbrook was having his most efficient year of his career.
Okay, and how did it finish?
COVID happened. That completely ruined.
Hold on. Is there not a COVID championship?
There is a COVID championship, but before
we're talking about the year coming out of COVID.
They were the hottest team in basketball before that happened.
Yeah.
And how it ended up for them?
We can argue about how it ended up and that it was unfortunate.
See,
and awkward.
The Clippers this past year was hot too.
A normal season, and that's not indicative of it not working.
But the Clippers this past year was hot too.
That man said hot too.
I can't.
Hey, shout out to Hawk. Shout out to Hawk Tua throwing out the first pitch for the Mets. Shout out to Hawk Tua.
Shout out to Hawk Tua.
Yo, people get famous. People get famous in strange ways, bro.
Yo, y'all want to go to this small? Let me tell you something right now. Tom Thibodeau is not going to play. You can dream it, or you can dream it up, play it up in your head all you want to. Tom Thibodeau is not going to play this small ball. Okay, let me help you all out right now.
Right, AD. I'm not saying small ball, bro. What I'm saying is, okay. Give an example. Like Mitchell Robinson is taller than Jokic. What if we had a Jokic, a 6'11", 270-pound center?
Just a skilled big.
Yeah. I'm not saying. Only reason why I mentioned small ball is because to show the differences. That's it. I'm not saying that you should go small ball. I'm not a fan of small ball. I'm a fan of skilled ball. Generally, teams go small to increase more skill. I don't like being smaller just for the sake of being smaller. It don't make sense in my mind. And from a basketball perspective, basketball is a game created for tall people, right?
Okay.
The taller, the better. If you're 7'5" and you're more skilled than a guy 6'5", I'm taking the 7'5" guy, right? It's just part of it. You know, it's a bias.
It's the convergence of size and skill. That's
It's the reason why Magic Johnson is in the GOAT point guard conversation because he's.
So let me ask you this question. Let me throw out this fantasy question. Let's say Wembanyama is in the '84 draft with Jordan and them. Are you taking Wembanyama over Jordan?
What year is it? What year is
84.
it?
84.
So it's the 84. So it's not the
Oh.
84 draft happening this summer. It's 84 draft happening back then.
Or better yet, let's say Jordan was in the Wembyana draft this year. From 84, him coming out, who you taking? Wembyana?
Can I do the whole 84 draft and say it happened this year?
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking Wembyana.
Okay.
I'm taking Vic because I listen, man.
No way in hell.
Jordan is a fantastic player, bro.
No way in hell.
Jordan is a fantastic player.
You hear me? Ain't no way in hell.
Right. Because you've seen Jordan's entire career, and you have
No. I'm stopping. Here's where I'm stopping. Here's where I'm going to stop. All right. I'm going to stop at these two places. Championship over Georgetown. He'd already shown the clutch gene, right? And before he even got to the league, when he played against the best the league had in the Olympic tryouts, the man dominated everybody.
Dre, what AD ain't telling you is, from a talent perspective, that's probably the worst era of NBA basketball. From the early 80s is the least skilled era of NBA basketball. That's why I can name the two best players from 80 to 85 right now, and you would absolutely agree with me. The best two players from 80 to 85, Larry Bird, Bernard King.
No, it's Larry Bird, Magic Johnson.
No, man, Magic Johnson ain't the best. Come on, bro.
It's Larry Bird, Magic Johnson.
Nah, man, don't do. Why we always do this to Bernard King, bro?
It's Larry Bird, Magic Johnson. It's Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Moses Malone.
No, man, I would consider Moses Malone, right? But the thing is with Bernard King, and I don't want to get too far away from the topic, but the thing is with Moses Malone, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Adrian Dantley, all those guys had superstars around them. Who did Bernard King have around him on his team?
Rory Spangler.
Bernard King by himself.
Darryl Walker. Exactly. That's my point. That's why I'm saying I brought that up, because that's why we don't see the greatness of Jalen Brunson yet, Julius Randle yet, because we don't have a device in place for those two to thrive on the court. Mikal Bridges could legit average 20 points per game for us if the paint's not clogged, and not because he's going to the rim constantly, but because there are other cats on the floor that can finish at the rim that can get Mikal Bridges in the mid-range slightly contested. Like Mikal Bridges could legit live. He could live in that Mark Aguirre space in the mid-range. He could live there.
So let me ask you this. Do you think the Knicks can win it as presently constituted?
No.
Okay. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
No. I don't think.
Woo! I think that's bigger than Corey Lee's declaration. Woo!
But if I can explain why.
Yes, you can.
Right. So the thing
you may have to come on camera for that.
Yeah.
We may all have to come on camera for that.
Yeah, I might have to take my shirt off and say it with my chest. the reason why I don't think so is because of what Dre said earlier about how certain disadvantages get highlighted in the playoffs. Right? I'm not saying that the Knicks can't win 60, 62, 64, 58, 56 games. I'm not saying that they can't do that. What I'm saying is in clutch moments when the defense is selling out, overplaying Brunson, Randall, OG, and Bridges, and you need the other person to give you something offensively, that other person can't be Mitch.
But you just named.
You mentioned Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, but hold on one second.
Is a prime example of it not being enough.
Getting played off the floor.
Facts, but Rudy Gobert never played with before Minnesota. His wings weren't this,
and he still got played off the court.
His wings weren't this. See what I'm saying?
They weren't this defensively.
They weren't this defensively, and that counts. See what I'm saying?
Offensively, they had enough.
Yeah, but offensively they had enough, but defensively they did not. This is my
I'm
point.
talking about the Wolves right now. Offensively,
No, I wasn't talking about the Wolves. I was talking about with them with Utah. See what I'm saying? Them with the Wolves was more than that. You know, your big guy is shooting 28% from three. Okay, remember that. It can also go sour on you. This thing of this small ball thing, I've seen it again back with Houston.
Again,
D'Antoni shot the
We're
game.
talking about skill ball. We're not talking about
with skill ball. Okay, whatever, skill ball. I saw D'Antoni do it with Houston.
What if
He
I tell you
shot the
Draymond
team.
Green
He
is really
shot the
6'5",
team
then?
out of. He shot the team out of the finals.
Dre, you remember when the Phoenix
What if I
Suns
tell you
with
Draymond Green is
D'Antoni
really
took their center
6'5",
off the floor and put Stoudemire at the 5? Remember
I know.
that? And when they did that against San Antonio, and how they would gash San Antonio for long stretches, and every time they put their big back on the floor, Tim Duncan would just roast their big.
Yeah.
And San Antonio would just beat them because they took a defensive guy off the floor. I mean, they took it to score, to run it up on San Antonio, and then in order to keep guys fresh, they put their big back on the floor, and San Antonio would reel them in, and Ginobili would Euro step their big half to death.
Yeah.
Right. That's where we are with it, bro. We got in today's NBA, you have to be what's called a two-way player. If you're not a two-way player, then you can't be on the floor in clutch moments. It's just what it is.
Well, let's go back to your point, right? I'm here to tell you, I think the Knicks, even with the shortcomings presently constituted, can win it all.
Wait a minute, are you saying can or will?
Will.
Okay, because most playoff teams, most top 4 seeds in either conference can win the NBA.
No, not necessarily.
No,
not necessarily.
Let me finish my thought, bro. When I'm just about to say, most teams in top 4 seeds in either conference can win it all if everything goes right for them, right? That was the point that I was going to get to. I'm not saying that they're top 4, and I'm not saying the number 4 seed is destined to win a championship.
I don't even think that. Let's remember something. Embiid has had multiple times to win it, multiple times to take his team to the next step, and could not do it with very good talent, with all NBA talent on his team. So that's not a for certain just because you're one of the top 4s or whatever.
So the number one seed wins it every year.
No, but the number 1 seed, who's been the number 1 seed for the most part, has been Boston, and they've been the ones between them and Miami. It's only been 2 teams over the last 6. It's only 3.
Miami
counting Milwaukee.
Got to the conference finals as an 8 seed. Remember they
right?
beat us.
But they got to the finals twice, counting Miami, Boston, and Milwaukee that one time. Those have been the 3.
Atlanta got to the conference finals as a 5 seed. Remember they beat us,
right?
In 2021.
That's all I'm saying. But anyway, guys, I gotta rock. It has been great once again, gentlemen. Have a good night.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna get out of here too, man.
My brother, Esquire.
That's peace out, Corey.
Peace.
Yeah. Hey, peace, everybody. I'm out of here. Yeah, man. I gotta go get some sleep.